I used to shoplift. I definitely went to jail for stealing some panties because they were over the $50, so they were a Class B misdemeanor. And I was like, a rebel.
How long ago was this? We are proud to be brought to you this week by our friends at Bell Flask. We've all been there. You're at a concert, a festival, a sporting event, and you're like, the booze sucks. It's overpriced, it's bottom shelf, and you can't exactly smuggle one of these in. So what do? You pick yourself up a Bell Flask. Plastic, pocket-sized, it holds a half a fifth. It's 15 ounces and fits in your pocket. It's sealed, it's leak-proof, it can go in your purse, bag, doesn't set off the metal detectors. And when you're done with your drink, you can just fold it up and put it in your pocket. This isn't your grandpa's flask. So pick yourself up one today at bellflask.com. That's BELLFLASK.com, or scan the QR code. Use promo code Slayer20 at checkout to get 20% off. Cheers, drinking buddies. Justine, you're not required to drink, though.
I know.
I'm honored that you choose to drink with me, but
I think that's part of it, right? That's part of it is the shared level of inebriation, right?
Oh, I'm not going to be as drunk as you are.
Well, I know. I already feel it.
Right. You already feel it. For me to, for you to keep up with me, you would die.
Yeah. No. But I mean, if the opposite, if we were smoking, I would smoke you under the table.
Oh, 100%. I'd just be unconscious, and then you'd have to drag my body around. THC and I do not, no.
It's funny. I did mushrooms the other day in Costa Rica, and I ate way more than. And I messaged the guy later. I was like, "How much was I supposed to?" He's like, that was double and triple." What?
How many grams was it?
It was like 2 grams.
That's not much.
That I ate maybe like one, but it was very strong, and I almost felt like I was rolling. It was that intense. It was really fun. But I just laid in bed and like listened to music and laughed.
Oh, that's an enjoyable trip. But
yeah,
in 2 grams, I regularly do an eighth at a time. So
yeah, normally I at least need I cannot microdose mushrooms.
No, I macro.
I have to macro because if I microdose, I actually will get too emotional. I get angry and I'm like, what the fuck? So I have to do at least 3 to 4 grams of really strong. Where most people would be unable to function. And I'm like, I can go to the bathroom by myself. I'm fine.
See, I like going out in public on an eighth. I go out in public because the lighting gets all cinematic, and I'm like, I'm in a movie.
Yeah, it depends on where I'm at. There was one time we were doing shrooms, and we were in public at a bar, and I had this guy I was dating. His dog was a little bit aggressive and bit this other dog, and he had and this other dog was a little tiny and white, and so the blood was and we were all so fucked up on mushrooms that we kept laughing, and that looked really bad for us because we looked like we were laughing at this poor injured dog. So we had to leave because that's when it's bad to be on mushrooms in public, is when you're inappropriately laughing at injured animals. It was an accident, but when you can't control it.
No, the only injured animals you should be laughing at on mushrooms are other humans.
I know, and that it just looked really bad because the dog was white, so just any kind of blood,
just covered in blood.
Yeah, and it was time to go. But I like frolicking in nature, and
see, I'll totally go out in urban environments. I don't think I've ever done shrooms out in nature, not once.
Are you serious? Oh my favorite's doing acid in nature. It's going to in Austin. There's McKinney Falls and there's Krause Springs, and you just lay in a hammock topless and it's sitting in the water, and there's these little kind of mini waterfall areas where you can just sit and the water passes through you. And, it's amazing.
Never done any of it.
Well, I mean, try to go to the beach. You guys got a beach right here.
We do?
It's a little chilly. You have to wear a sweater, which is very foreign to me. I don't understand you guys' weather. It's beautiful, except for when you go to the beach.
Well, yeah, wind and water cold.
Well, I go to Costa Rica and it's water warm.
Well, yeah, that's the Caribbean. It's kind of known for its warm water.
I know. I much prefer it. When I go surfing,
it's fucking cold.
Yeah, I don't like surfing with a wetsuit. It's just something about it, But I do really want to go rollerblading on the Venice Boardwalk because I just got into rollerblading again.
How very retro of you.
I can't surf all the time, so rollerblading's kind of a kind of fluid movement, that's fun.
But so skateboarding.
I know I thought about that, but I would eat shit if I skateboarded because I just have never done it, and I rollerbladed when I was a kid, so I was able to pick that up again. Even though I live on a hill and I never rollerbladed on hills, so I have been eating shit, like, and I had to like take like look at YouTube lessons on how to like control your speed. So it's been really fun, but I feel like really like a kid again, so it's enjoyable. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
it's good for your like thighs. I'm trying to build my ass, and do that while you're trying to go up and down hills. Oh my gosh. You put on some good music and you don't even realize that you're working out. And that's kind of my favorite way to work out.
It's the best way because the problem with doing like sustained cardio on like a fucking treadmill is just like I find myself when I'm doing it, just staring at the clock like, is this done? Is this lap done yet? Is this lap done yet?
I can't do cardio and I can't do it on a like treadmill. I have to go outside and I will put like music on and I'll be rollerblading. It'll be 90 something degrees and I'm hot and I'm tired. But then another song comes on and I'm like, no, I have to finish this song. And then by the end of it, it's like 51 minutes later, I was rollerblading a lot longer than I planned on, or if I go on a walk, you go out or you go in like a loop because you can't just stop, right? 'Cause in order to get back to where you started, to go get your car, to go to your home, you have to continue and finish the loop. And so,
No, then just have your manservant bring your car to you. Duh.
well, I mean, that's my little brother, and yeah, I have him for other things. He's very good at mowing the grass, and he's taking care of my dog right now, which is really
I was actually surprised that your dog wasn't with you.
okay, this trip, I'm doing like 5 scenes and like 2 podcasts, and
Hopefully just one.
well, I know, hopefully, actually, I was
Just the one. That's right. I poisoned the well, motherfuckers. I get the exclusive on this trip. Ah ha ha.
This shows you how easily swayed I am. Well, I just trust judgment, and I was on the fence anyways. I trust my gut. I don't have to explain it.
Well, you don't have to explain it.
Yeah.
Legitimately, not that I view them as competition. We're not in the same space.
No, not at all. It's not even the same, but it is. It's like, what do you want to put yourself through and what do you want to put out there? And the type of content I want to put out in the world is positive. Period. Point blank. And if it's not, and if it's something that's used for a negative or just for clickbait shit.
Well, I can't promise if you say something hilarious, I won't put it out for clickbait.
Well, what do you think I wear this outfit for? Do you think I wear this? This is
I thought that was
an accident.
I thought that was just for me, Justine. That's for the audience? Oh.
Yeah.
I'm hurt. I'm hurt. I thought you got all dolled up just for me. But
Well, I got all done up for my scene earlier today.
this is just like, we're the same outfit, man.
No, I actually did change my top because I wanted something really, the hawk tour girl. I have the ta. Who needs the fuck? That was a stupid hawk tour. Who wants the loogie on their dick? Nobody.
It's just a funny thing to say.
It was it though.
Just out of a random street interview,
yeah. But it wasn't that funny.
No, but
It wasn't as funny as the attention it garnered. It just makes me think that like these poor guys aren't getting enough head. That's just the bottom line. Is that people got so fascinated by it because they're not getting their dick sucked.
I mean, what's enough head? What is enough?
I mean, I think what is it? What's the really statistic? Like 30% of men that are single have not had sex in a year. Isn't like that, or virgins, or there's some crazy statistics out there about the level of.
Well, you got to look at the fact that like the average male has 14 partners in his lifetime.
Is that why they give us so much hate for having a high body count? Is that why they're resentful
Well,
about
and
it?
that's why other women are resentful too, because the average woman has 7 partners in a lifetime.
Why does it have to be resentful? If you want to have sex with somebody, you can have sex with them.
Well, no. You could have sex with someone if you want to have sex with them. Not everyone has that option, Justine. Not everyone has that option.
Well, if you're really nice, I find that you actually get more of what you want if you're chill about it and if you don't try to put pressure on the situation.
Well, yeah, but
and you're patient.
I don't think being nice and being not desperate are separate things.
There's the thing is that I actually get way less sex than people would probably think.
Right, but that's a choice. That's a choice. It's
a choice because I want the sex that I have to be good and to be like where I actually can.
I'm not saying you're making the wrong choice. I'm just saying it's a choice. You are not.
So what do people? Why don't they have the choice to have sex with people?
Because some people don't have the skill set.
Oh, well, then they can learn. I didn't have the skill set to talk to people, but then I went out and sold books door to door for a summer for 80 hours a week for 3 months, and I learned how to fucking talk to people. Go put yourself in a situation where you gain skill sets.
How many people have tried to fuck you without actually having a conversation with you?
You know,
there's nothing wrong with it, Justin.
I tend to like really don't. I tend to live in a fucking bubble, and I just don't pay attention.
But you have to acknowledge.
But I think that they're just shooting at their shot. I don't necessarily think that comes from desperation or inability to.
I'm not saying it does, but
does that really come from? So should I have like a school? That's what I try to do in my content. I try to like teach guys how to have more game and like what to do. In order, like they're like, how do I get more pussy? I'm like, first of all, don't give a shit that you're getting pussy or not.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the number one thing, because the best time to buy something or the best time to sell something to somebody is after they've already bought. The best time as a salesperson is, to go sell something is when you've just sold something, because you're not desperate, because you're not hungry for that dollar to put food on your table.
For sure.
So it's the same mentality. Should I have a Justine like school on game?
As long as it's not scammy, because
no, it's about connection.
I've recently found out that there's a former performer who has fallen into the whole Andrew Tate space.
No, it's about how to have authentic connection with somebody in a genuine way where you're not using. I only use my powers for good.
For sure. For sure. I don't think that you were going to fall into that space.
Okay. I answered to that guy. I answered to the man upstairs. I don't answer to my agent, to my fans, to my.
I'm just putting it out there as long as it's a legitimate thing. Because
I answer to God.
Because that dude, who's a former male performer is out here, has fallen into the Andrew Tate space and is.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't want to give him.
No, I don't. But it was like 2 years. I don't know. It's old news, isn't it?
It's fairly old news. The only reason I'm even bringing it up is someone in my Instagram comments went, the average age of performers, the average life expectancy of performers is 39. I'm like, where the fuck did you get that? That
life expectancy?
Yeah. And this.
Wow, that's
fucked, right?
Is that accurate?
No, fuck no. Fuck.
Okay. Well, what based on what data are they getting this from? Because
this dude tweeting it.
You can manipulate any sort of.
No. There is no data. It's just this dude tweeting it.
So, what relevance does it have if some random dude is?
Well, because he's claiming that former performer is the one who's made that claim.
Oh.
That's what I'm saying. This dude tweeting it.
This is an uneducated.
Right. So that former performer who's no longer in the industry is making those allegations that this is such a toxic place that.
Right. So that's the thing about it, is that I will never leave the industry and ever. This is something I have pride in. This is something that I want to stay in the industry and show like how I've learned how to be embodied by having my own creating agency with what I do. So I've sworn when I got into this industry that I would never admonish it. And that I would always, people always want to say, oh, you have trauma, you have all this bad shit, just leave. Well, that's not only a viable answer for somebody, but that's not something I want to do. I enjoy this industry. I flourish in this industry. But I also want to show people there's a safe space and there's a safe way to do that.
There is. And
where you're embodied and you're empowered and you feel good about what you do.
And also, like any other industry, there are flaws. Yes. Nothing's perfect.
But it's about awareness. It's about self-awareness. And also understanding that, I personally feel like I have a responsibility to my content. I have a responsibility to what I put out there. And I question it. Like, is this something that's overall positive, or is this something that's...
Why are you here then?
Why am I here?
Why are you here right now?
Because I like you. You're a good dude. And anytime
I'm fucking with you.
Anytime something fucked up happens, I'm like, Matt, this shit happened. And he's like, that's fucked up. I'm like, I know. And I understand.
The last thing you told me that was fucked up, I was like, yeah, that's fucked up and not at all surprising.
I know. But it's nice to feel seen and heard.
Well, I'm happy to do that for you.
And that's what it's all about, I think, is being able to be seen and be able to feel validated. So, for all the guys out there that are wondering how to get laid more often, I mean, the first thing you have to do is wonder, like, why are you trying to get laid so much? What's the purpose? What's in it? Like, for the sake of what?
A biological need to come.
I understand that, but you can make yourself come. I can make myself come. I was a virgin until I was 23. I wanted to have sex with it and have it mean something. And then
sex is so meaningless.
No, it's not. Whenever I had a scene today where I was able to, connect with this person. We had our boundaries. We were able to give consent. We were able to connect on a personal level. And then when it was time to do the sex part, I could be carnal and feral and let the walls come down and really just be present. And then we leave and we say thank you, and then we're done. And that you leave it there.
For sure. And that's very important.
But that's meaningful to me because that's where I feel seen. That's where I feel connected to this person on a way that's not it's an form of intimacy, but it's not like it doesn't mean that I like this guy, I want to be in a relationship with him, but it does mean we shared a moment in time that's beautiful.
So yeah, for me,
to me that's porn. I mean, that's what I do. I make movies. I make beautiful art.
For sure.
I make art, especially when I'm squirting all over the place. I hit the director with my squirt. He was like, I backed. I was like, I can hit like 5 feet. He's like, I think it was a little further.
Put down a tape measure.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah.
You got to be scientific about it. You should have put down a tape measure out of frame.
You know.
Next one.
I did warn him. I said you're gonna have to back up.
But back to like the actual sex. It's a form of intimacy, sure, but at the end of the day, the big difference, that in a lot of cases I want to fuck versus just jerk off is like, yeah, it feels good to have that validation of like somebody else wants me.
Right. And also you get the oxytocin release of the feeling connected, which is, when women are breast sucking or they're breastfeeding their children, that's that like release of that love hormone, right? And so that's the thing, is that we need to understand how to get those hormones and how to feel that way without like manipulation or hurting other people to get these things.
Well, for sure. That's why everyone should be upfront and like, hey, are we just boning here? Cool.
Yeah, and also like if you want oxytocin, a 22-second hug will achieve the same effect. So will a 7-second kiss, and you don't necessarily need to like rape somebody because you're.
I don't think there's any situation where you necessarily need to rape someone, Justine.
I don't think so, but I'm just saying, that's the kind of mentality is like they need to get it so badly they're willing to cross lines and be manipulative, and that's the thing. Is like,
well, that's not cool. That's just not cool.
Yeah, I know, but that's this red pill shit that like you have to manipulate in order to get what you want. But the thing is what I'm telling people is that if you can just slow down, figure out why you want this, and if the person, because you might meet there's a lot of girls out there that just want a bone.
Yeah.
They don't want a relationship. So go find them.
Exactly. Oh, believe me, I know. They're definitely out there. There are definitely horny women who are just like, I would like to, experience what it's like. And then we go about our lives.
Yeah. And you don't have to assign meaning. And that's the thing, is people all get it caught up in their head. They're in their, and they're not able to slow down.
Well, that's why I say sex is pretty meaningless, because
it's never meaningless for me. And it's never fake with me either. And that was a beautiful thing.
No one should be fucking faking it. Like,
I know.
Well, on a set, I'm talking real life. On a set,
but that's the only time I get to have sex right now.
That's a choice.
But in doing so, I want to be able to not.
Why are you not trying to get laid off set?
Because I live in Texas, and
last I checked, there's a lot of population in Texas.
Well, I know, but any guy I try to get to like go get an STD test for me, or it kind of falls flat on its face when it's because they don't have the same mutual respect that the porn stars have, and I have these guys that like give zero effort, right? These dudes that haven't fucking lifted more than a case of beer or a carton of cigarettes in the past 6 months. These pasty ass white dudes, and they're like,
"I'm right here, Justine. Jesus Christ! I carried.
You haven't tried to fuck me.
I'm not trying to fuck you."
And then be like, "What's the difference between me and a porn star?" I'm like, "Where do I begin?"
One. Dudes, never ask that question. No. Like,
what do you want me to? Should I make a list? Because first of all, they respect me.
Well, first of all, that is such fucking low self-esteem shit to even ask that question.
They're like, "Oh, my dick isn't that big." I'm like, "Dude, do you understand? I was with a guy for 8 years that had a normal sized dick. He made me come all the time.
Well,
and I wanted to be with him, and I didn't want to have porn dick. I wanted boyfriend dick."
At the end of the day, you're an adult with agency. If you're here, you shouldn't question why you're here.
If I'm with a guy, he should not question.
You should not question why you're
I'm with them.
Right. You made the choice. No one. You chose to be there.
But it's their insecurity. Then it's projecting.
And no one is ever attracted to that. No one is ever attracted.
It is the biggest turnoff, and it's the biggest because there's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do to fill that hole, fill that void in somebody else. Because if I throw, no matter what I do,
a little lube and a fucking toy, you can fill that. You can fill that hole right in them.
Gave this motherfucker a hand job, right? And he's still like, Like, it won't even like take the agency to like ask me any questions about myself. It's always about him, so it's those little things, guys. It's not
You didn't even
about
ask what kind of lotion you use?
no, dude. I mean, and it was lube, and I had it because I have lube because I have a fucking shoot bag where I've got every single fucking type of enema and like gas X and whatever the fuck you might possibly need, Like,
Well, so your choices have been shit.
I have had some, but it reflects upon myself. So that's the thing, is that as I've kind of grown in my own self-development, you look back and you see the type of guys that you're with, and and the less the ick comes, the more you've grown, I think.
Well,
And it's the less I tolerate it. It's just the shorter amount of time I'm put up with that shit, right? And then I'm like, okay, this is dumb. And I don't spend 6 months with this dude. I spend, maybe 3.5 weeks.
That's still too long.
Well, that's if I've like seen him once or twice in those.
Still too long.
It is. But I'm working on it.
Back to your like comment about pasty white. Like, I'm a pasty white dude.
I was making an over generalization.
Well, no. But like,
just of the lack of effort that they put into their own.
But also in a million years, there's never been in a million years where I like, oh, why? Like, no, the minute like all I do is sleep with performers. So like the minute like it's time for clothes to come off, it's like, oh shit, clothes are coming off. It's on. Like,
well, and if somebody asks you to go get an STD test,
you do it.
Then you go do it.
Yeah.
You don't complain about like why they're going and having sex with other people and not you, because you didn't get an STD test.
Well, yeah, and like,
and you haven't asked me on another day. Like you asked me, you get the very minimal amount of.
Well, and it's also like I hooked up with a performer like randomly unplanned a little while back, and it was just like rolled over to her place late night, and she's just like, "You got a current test?" I'm like, "No." She's like, "Condom?" I'm sure, no problem.
Yeah.
Like there was never like a. It was like,
yeah, or like, I don't like condoms.
Oh no, I don't like condoms. I do not.
But you don't complain about that when you're about to get your dick wet,
Yeah, it was in the back of my head, I'm like, a little pouty, but I've already driven to the valley.
Back of your head, you're like, next time get a fresh test.
Well, if this was planned, I would have had a fresh test. Hell,
if it was planned, then that's probably wouldn't happen. Because the thing is that when you don't assign pressure to somebody, we don't put pressure on anybody, and you literally don't expect to get fucked, that's the time you're most likely to get fucked.
Oh, it was literally, it was the middle of the night and she was drunk and horny. And
well, I would do, I'm telling you, it's like the same, you're like, you make that call, you're like, I'm horny, they have a condom, cool, let's do it.
Oh.
And in a time that you might not necessarily do that. But the thing is that it takes that low pressure environment. You don't want to walk into an Abercrombie store and like get assaulted for, being, like, yeah, you want to buy a pair of jeans? Like, get the fuck off of me, chill. Yeah, I might.
The way the whole conversation was like, she was, I think I liked a horny tweet she made, and then she DM slid me and it was just like, we're talking for a minute, and she's just like,
come over.
Well, it boiled down to just like, I've tried to text a couple people and no one's getting back to me. I'm really horny. I'm like, and I just responded with, I can help with that. It's like, well then,
volunteer my services. Yeah. I volunteer as tribute.
Right. I volunteer as tribute. It's like, oh, here's my address. Come on by. I'm like, all right, cool.
And those times, like and that's the thing. It's understanding when to close. And I'm a salesperson, right? So it's understanding when you build your rapport, and you had done that. You'd already spent a lot of time before that building rapport, and then you demonstrate your value. And then when those closing questions happen, when you signs of like when they're ready to buy, which is come on over, here's my address. Then you fucking close. You don't sit there and be like, well, let me do my closing routine and let me make sure. No, motherfucker, that's you listen.
And if she'd been like, no, I'm cool, I'd been like, all right, no big deal. Like, also,
even if you'd gone all the way there and she changed her fucking mind, you'd have been cool with that. It would have sucked really fucking hard.
Oh no, I would have been very annoyed. I would not have vocalized it.
But you would not have pressured her to, and that's the thing, and that's what girls can tell, right? Is that the moment we feel pressure, we immediately the walls come up, the guards, the little fucking fortress, whatever it's called.
It would have been like
the moat comes out, the alligators come, and the piranhas. And I'm telling you, the moment I'm not pressured, then I'm like, okay, I think my vagina's a little wet. Let's go. It's not that fucking hard, dudes.
For sure, but unfortunately,
it is that hard.
hopefully. The problem is a lot of.
I can help with that.
Down, Justin. Down.
This is like a third of the way in.
I don't have a current test. Relax.
Man, I my poor vagina. Oh man, the thing is that you gotta You got to be careful because I was at first when I came into this industry, I was like, I can do it. I have sex all the time. I have sex every day in real life. Not porn sex.
Well, yeah, it's performative and in weird positions.
Yeah, and it's dry when it's starting and stopping and starting and stopping, and I got to make sure that I'm careful.
Well, and that's part of the big reason that people were so anti-condom.
Yeah, no, because the friction, I cannot imagine how destroying, like how much that would hurt.
Well, and it almost, this is anecdotal and what people have said from when condoms were mandatory. I mean, they're technically still mandatory in LA County, but no one enforces that shit. Oh yeah, no, by the letter of the law, condoms are still mandatory in LA County.
Yeah, and also I can't bring weed from California to Texas, but
that's Texas's problem. Because LAX doesn't care.
I know. I got stopped by the LAPD at LAX I had a gallon-sized Ziploc bag.
That's too much.
A dirty pipe, right? I put a dirty pipe and a quarter of weed and 100 milligrams of edibles in a clear gallon-sized Ziploc bag, put it on the TSA, and then slid it through. And these motherfuckers were like, ma'am? And I was like, what? I thought it was legal. And then I got a little worried because I had technically more than that on me, right? In my little fanny pack. But I was like, don't act nervous. Don't act nervous. And then I was like, what's going to happen? They're like, well, as long as it's within the legal limit, yeah, it's just going to slow you down. So the cop comes over and he's like, ma'am, so did you pack your bag yourself? I was like, haphazardly, but yes. And he's like, what's the legal limit? I said, well, it's 28 grams of flour and a quarter of, or whatever, 7 grams of concentrates. And then he went and he looked at it. He didn't even take his hands out of his pockets, because thank God, because I definitely had more than that, like just a little stashed away, little stizzies. And they just shook it and they just sent me on. So note to self, just disguise it a little better. Put your flour in your check bag and then everything else, just make it look like makeup.
Yeah, for sure. they don't really care.
No, and I have taken, so I have a little bit more confidence than I probably should. But at the same time, I know the law.
Well, you have my number. I'll bail you out if I need to.
Okay, good to know. But let's knock on wood.
Right. Let's not back to the condoms thing. Like,
so it's technically illegal. It was trying to kill the industry, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was AHF trying to get mandatory condoms, and it passed in Cal.
You had to take us down.
The thing about it is, the anecdotal evidence from the time was it was actually more likely to spread STDs using condoms because
of the friction and
the friction, like it's going to cause tears and shit like that. And then the condom.
I can imagine with anal, especially, and oh my God.
And then when the condoms inevitably fail because of porn sex,
because of so much,
right? Then you're much more likely to potentially spread an STD.
And then also, yeah, with blood, you're more likely to bleed. Oh, that's terrifying. Yeah, no, it's very safe in my opinion. It's so funny when people are like, "Oh, you've got," like all the trolls are like, "Oh, you guys have diseases." I'm like, these are like the group of people that are the cleanest motherfuckers.
Well, and I said this all the time. Like, I am more of a risk to any performer I hook up with than they are to me.
Yeah. No, that's why I don't have sex outside of porn, because when we have sex with other people, not only are we risking potential STDs, but we're also risking, especially the guys, any Me Too, they have like reputations. And if you fuck up your reputation and, with another performer, that's gonna get out there. But these random Tom, Dick, and Harrys that you meet on the street, they don't have a reputation. If they cross a line, it doesn't hurt them in the same way that it hurts a male performer. So that makes me feel more confident and comfortable with these guys. And it's a little selfish to say, but also I benefit more social media wise when they have a bigger following. So, and it's just one of those things it's a little.
I still think it's important that you should get laid off set.
I do, but sometimes I'm telling you, the last time it was just like, I'm getting fucked by this dude, and I'm telling you, at the very end of it, he's like, he goes, "So how'd I do compared to a porn?" And I'm like, "Oh,
dudes, never." I'm like, never.
And he's like, "How do I do compared to a porn guy?" And I'm like, "Motherfucker,
dudes,
was this an audition? Like, what the fuck, And it was just such a wah, and it makes me not enjoy having sex off set. And I'm just, how did I do? I'm like, oh my God, do you want a report card?
Stop fucking lame people. Stop fucking lame people.
Okay, I live in the middle of nowhere.
You live in Austin.
No, I live an hour from Austin, and I don't go out near where I live because it's a bunch of retired people. And then
they know how to fuck. They've been around a while.
I know, but then it's just this whole like, I'm like, you're gonna get a fucking STD test, and then by the time they like roll around, I'm like, I don't even want to fuck you. I just don't enjoy. And I got my own shit going on. These
all sound like excuses.
I want to hang out in my hot tub, like fuck whatever guys I want to have sex with, which I do. I do have sex with people that are mainly it's been ex-boyfriends that I've circled back on and then realized why they were exes in the first
These are horrible choices. Horrible.
I never said I made good choices.
I know, you're here.
Well, you know.
Cheers to that, by the way. Thank you for coming
Woo!
back.
I mean, this is. Did you make this really strong on purpose?
I mean, I just poured it. I just poured it like it was for me.
You just make everything strong.
I just poured it like.
No wonder I was like, "Whoa, this tastes like alcohol," because there's a lot in there. Yeah,
I poured it like it was for me. My bad. Do you need more lime juice, more ginger beer?
Oh, maybe top up with kind of no. But can you tell my lisp is starting to kick in?
I wasn't gonna say anything.
You know, why do they put an S in lisp? That's the most fucked up thing. They just want us to like lisp. Yeah. It comes out especially when I'm drinking and when I'm excited about stuff.
It's the drinking this time, guys. Don't worry. It's just the drinking.
I can help with that.
Down, Justine. Down. Down.
I got a pretty mouth, boy. But not in that tone. Man, I have like the most fucked up sense of humor. But I'm like always, especially like when I like play like rap songs in my head, I'm always like I'm always the dude, you know, I'm always like the pimp, you know, like I'm never like the hoe. I'm like biggie, 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 can't you, you know, and I relate to that.
You don't fucking feed them?
I mean, put their money in my hand, I
was more thinking Jay-Z, big pimpin'. But I don't fucking
and
feed them.
We're doing big pimping. I'm smoking out, getting up, keeping leaning up in my cup. All my cups got leather and wood. In my hood, they call it buck. I could keep going. Yeah. Hold up bras at the mall. Okay, I'm from Houston. But then you can't say the players, I don't fuck with y'all. If I wasn't rapping, baby, I would still be buying Mercedes, Rollins, climbing, clipping daily. No rep to why they pay me. Now what y'all know about them Southern boys coming down in candy toys, smoking weed and talking noise. All right. You gotta finish it. I'm autistic that way. You know, you gotta keep going. You gotta. You can't.
We got a new series, Rapping with Justine.
Oh, that's what I do on my live streams whenever they stop tipping. I'm like, guys, I will keep, you know, waterfalls, and I will keep singing. I'm like, if you guys don't tip me, if you want me to stop singing, just tip. It's really not that hard. So, yeah, but especially that Houston rap, I will. I mean, yeah, I've got the lyrics in my I was a '90s baby, you know what I mean? So.
Some ghetto boys. My mom's playing tricks on
dreams, diamond rings. Yeah, I mean, it's just you can feel it, right? And you definitely identify. I identify with that. You know, I believe in reincarnation. I believe in multiple lives. So, you know, who knows?
What were you beforehand?
Oh, who knows? Many things, many lives.
What do you think, though?
Definitely, I think I was in charge of stuff as a male. You know, I don't know if it was in I treated women poorly and maybe that's why I'm making up for this shit in like this life where I'm getting treated for, you know.
Oh, what's that movie?
Karma, bad karma.
Oh, Jesus.
But I definitely know like I was in charge of things, you know, where I feel like I had a position of power. And maybe, I don't know, maybe I abused it. Maybe that's why I'm, you know, in this life and dealing with the things I'm dealing with and having equanimity, which I'm learning about.
Did you ever see the movie Switch?
No, I don't know. I'm bad with movie names.
It's from '91.
Who's it got in it?
Jimmy Smits and Ellen Barkin.
Okay. Do you know? Okay.
Well, let me tell you the plot. You'll appreciate this plot. Okay. Jimmy Smits is a like fucking full on womanizer.
Okay.
Who gets killed by like some I think like it's been forever, but like an ex lover or some shit like that, and he convinces the angels that it's not his time. But they send him back to Earth as a woman.
Yeah, that's like when guys that treat women like shit and they have like a daughter.
And
except it happens in that life.
Yeah, so they send him back to Earth as a woman, and like the plot is he can't go to heaven unless one woman unconditionally loves him.
Oh, is this kind of like what women? It's the Mel Gibson movie. What women think or
what women want?
What women want?
No, this is much. It's a comedy. I mean,
yeah.
God, I haven't seen this movie in forever, but yeah, it's interesting, like because you know he comes back as Ellen Barkin, and it's just trying to convince his ex lovers like that it's him, and
That would be the ultimate karma. I really would, and it would teach people a lesson. But we don't always get to remember those past lives, so we have to experience this one. So that's why I'm working on what's called equanimity, which is observation without preference. Which is basically not getting all fussed about things, especially when they're like stressful and dumpster fires and shit.
Dumpster fires, never.
Yeah, you just don't either way, and I've had people, they're like, I got to pay my bills. I got this. I'm like, even if I can't, even if I lose everything I have and I only got the shirt off my back, I got family I can go live with, I don't need these. I like the things I have, but I don't need them.
Yeah, but not everyone has that ability. Some people fucking, if they slide, they will just legitimately end up living in their car.
I've done that. I've been there where I have lived in. I'm telling you, my dad he owns this environmental waste disposal company, and I slept. I didn't have a house. I didn't have anywhere to live, and I slept in the fucking where there's rats, and I slept in the office, and there was barrels of oil and waste product that are in the other fucking room in this warehouse, like CrossFits. I'm talking rats in the ceiling, and I slept there for a week. When I didn't have a place to stay.
But that was a week.
Yeah, I know, but then I pulled myself up in my bootstraps and I went out and figured out a way.
Yeah, but not everyone gets that opportunity.
Well, yeah, I understand that, but the thing is,
to be fair, Justine,
having a positive attitude means that you see opportunities where there are.
You're conventionally attractive. How many people are just willing to do shit for you because you're conventionally attractive?
Okay. All right. I don't want to seem out of touch because I am aware of my attractiveness, but at the same time, I believe that partially where the attractiveness comes from is the fact that I have a good heart and it shines through, and it comes through because your eyes are a window basically not like to your brain directly. And I think people do
that's part of the package, but
because I'm nice and that makes me beautiful.
Well, I'm circling back to how many people want to fuck you without ever hearing a word you have to say. How many people will just do nice shit for you because they think they're going to get a chance to fuck you if they do nice things for you?
But I got to use what I got.
I'm not saying it's a negative in any way, shape, or form. I'm just saying it's not equal footing. It's like saying,
not, but I never said it's equal footing. The thing is, you got to use the feet you have.
Not everyone has shit.
But the thing is, you got to use whatever the fuck it is you have.
Some people don't. Some people are just genetic mistakes, and someone should have not pulled out and not put them in this world.
Well, man, that's a harsh statement, and I'm not going to say that to anybody. You don't belong here on this world. But some of us, some of us have to work harder than others. Some of us do, and I have the benefit of being genetically fucking gifted and fucking smart as shit, and I'm able to figure out things.
Right.
And I'm lucky. I'm fucking lucky, man.
Well, yeah, all that shit's lucky.
But at the same time, I understand that I'm lucky, and I'm grateful for it every day.
Right. I'm not saying any of these things are negative. I'm just saying you have to acknowledge.
I absolutely acknowledge, and it's not fair. Life was never promised to be fair.
Well, fuck no, it's not.
About use the shit that you have to your advantage, make the world a better fucking place than when you left it. Do no harm type shit, right? Be a fucking good person. Be nice, because you'd be surprised how far you will go. Like, I've had people that I don't talk to, that have never seen my fucking face. Do you know how far people will go for me on the phone on customer service because I asked them how was their day, and they said, you're the first person all day that has asked me how my day was? And those people did not see me. They don't know what I fucking look like. But they were willing to go and put the extra mile, and they're willing to do things.
You're showing them respect.
But I'm conditioned to do that regardless of whether or not people want to fuck me or not. And that's the thing.
Well, I'm not saying all you have to offer is people wanting to fuck you. I'm just saying.
But that's what I focus on. I don't think about the other side. And maybe I should. Maybe
I'm not saying
be aware of it.
You should be aware of it. It's not something.
I am aware of it, but it's not something I even. Something I would say value, but it's just not something that I really even like to bring up, because it's something that, maybe I am a little, maybe not ashamed of the fact that I have these advantages, but I am like aware that other people don't have those advantages.
Yeah, there's nothing to be ashamed of.
Well, it's not shame, but it's more just like, oh, that sucks for you, and I don't want to seem out of touch and like a total bitch for being like, I got lucky, man.
Yeah, guess what? It
makes
happens.
my life easier in some ways.
Are you upset that you can't fucking play ball like LeBron James?
No. Right. And I play basketball. I am elbow height, so that is not a good place for me to be.
Right, but that's the thing. You're not upset about, but you understand that, like, the man is genetically gifted. He can fucking play basketball.
Absolutely.
It's not fair. Guess what? life's not fucking fair.
No,
you should take every advantage that you are fucking given.
Life was never supposed to be fair.
No.
That was never part of it. That was never a given.
No, life is
supposed to be, there's opportunities.
There's opportunities, but life is also ridiculously cruel. Like, I'm not talking
That's why we're here. Honestly, I don't believe in fucking hell. This is hell.
Well,
I believe we're here in hell.
And I'm not even just talking about like with humanity. Look at like the rest of living creatures. If you are not faster than the guy next to you, you could end up a meal.
Darwin is survival of the fittest.
Right. It's survival of the fittest.
We are aware of, but it's also survival of the lucky and where you end up, because, if you happen to be genetically gifted in an area or a location where it's advantageous to you to be a white, colored bear rather than a spotted bear, and you happen to be in fucking Russia where there's snow, versus if you were in a more tropical environment. So it happens to be a little bit of luck and a little bit of genetics. Oh, epigenetics as well. So
all of it. It all comes together. But
I think it's fascinating. And at the same time, like if we're talking about like other people and how people can use this stuff to their advantage, a lot of it is letting the fuck go. And not being upset that LeBron James can play basketball better than you, and not being upset because just because I am better at doesn't make me better than. And at the end of the day, that's what I try to take away.
Well, for sure, but that's all attitude. There are some people that act like better than that is completely undeserved.
Well,
and then there's
only so many things that you can control in this world, and your attitude is one of them. I happen to have very good sales training. You can control your actions, you control your attitude, you control, like how you focus and prioritize your time. But why have a shitty attitude? I was on set today and the director's like, I have 2 happy people on set. He's like, it's really weird. I'm like, as opposed to being miserable? That's why would you? That's just stupid. So that doesn't sound, I'm not saying that's stupid. That's terrible. No. I'm saying that's not a way that I think would benefit me.
For sure. Well, at the end of the day, it's still work. And some people are just never happy at work.
No, that's the thing. I kept telling the director, I'm like, we're not going to work today. We're just going to have fun. It's not going to be work. And he's like, whenever I have to put this big camera on my shoulder, it definitely hurts my shoulder, and that's work. I was like, okay, well, I'll give you that. And for me, when I'm having to have sex for 30 minutes straight, and I don't get a break, that is definitely work. But at the same time, if I'm present in the moment and really attuned to my environment, it's enjoyable, and I don't even consider it work. So that's the thing about it.
But not everyone who shows up on set has the same attitude.
Well, to change your fucking attitude.
For sure. I'm not saying their attitude's right.
I understand other people have that shittier attitude, which is just foreign to me. And also, I'm teaching you how to have a better attitude. You make a fucking choice.
Oh, for sure. It's the same thing when people are like, oh, that so-and-so, caused me. No. You decided to have a response.
That's why in recovery, as I drink my fucking alcohol drink, I did rehab. I was in rehab a couple months ago. But in recovery, we use I statements, right? I did this, not they did this to me, or, oh, this person did this. No, I chose to put myself in the situation, and this happened, and I felt that this person did this, whether or not that was true. Feelings aren't facts, right? So it's about taking agency over your own way that you describe the universe and the way that you take responsibility for your own actions.
100%. And that's one of the biggest problems with societies. People are too quick to blame others for their own reactions.
So I think it's also a lack of, we call it this one recovery dharma, this one program is similar. It's not like AA because it's non-secular. Wise speech, right? So it's a matter of education. Because, I talked to my mom, I talked to my aunt, and they're like, oh, your Aunt Stacy's mean. I'm like, Mom, don't say it like that. She's like, well, she is. I'm like, Mom, you're a bitch. Mom, you can be bitchy at times when you're not in a good place. What's the difference between those 2 statements?
One's a definitive statement. One is a situational statement.
Yeah, one characterizes a persona, one characterizes a person, one characterizes a behavior.
Yeah.
Right? So instead of saying, okay, she is mean, say she can be mean at times because it'll come from a place of hurt a lot of times. And hurt people, and it comes from pain. So, and then when you change the way that you phrase things and when you speak with wise speech, then you're able to kind of show yourself grace and show other people grace in a way that opens up lines of communication.
Well, and also, more people need to take a step back and recognize that, not everyone's shitty behavior is from a malicious place. It
Right.
is.
No, don't take it personally.
Yeah.
That's the thing is when people are talking to me, about me, even if it's not about me, like even if it's about me, right? It's not about me. And if it is about me, it's in relation to themselves.
Well, and circling back on the dating sex front, when people are like, why didn't so-and-so call me? Because it probably doesn't have shit to do with you.
And also, even if like they wanted to call you back, maybe they're fucking scared and they put their little tail between their dick because they like are emotionally unavailable because they got hurt from like some person 5 years ago, has nothing to do with you.
Absolutely.
They're too fucking scared to like do anything about it. So you know what? Why am I wasting my fucking time thinking about this person? I'm gonna go in the hot tub and watch the stars. And
well, because people just internalize that shit. They're just
let it the fuck go. Mel Robbins.
Yeah.
Let it go. You know, and that's the biggest thing about I've been doing somatics work, which is just a fancy way of saying listening to your body and slowing down. And like I will do these therapy sessions where I'm like 30 minutes of talking. And they're like, shut your trap, and sit with this emotion. What do you feel right now? I'm like, I feel like running away. I feel like I want to escape. And right now, I want to run away. I want to go do anything but sit here. And they're like, listen, can we just sit with that? I'm like, yeah, but why? You know, and they have me sit still for like 5 minutes and just not talk. It's like the biggest torture. But at the same time, I'm like, I sit with my feelings and then they kind of like go away. And that's the craziest thing is that when I take this outside of the therapy, I'm able to kind of recognize these things. I'm like, wait, like I'm feeling really like I want to run away. And maybe that's why I want to go binge Netflix for whatever. Maybe that's why I want to go eat this gallon of ice cream or go do some ketamine or whatever the fuck it is. You know what I mean? That's causing me to.
You can do the ketamine and the ice cream at the same time.
Well, my gosh. Oh, geez Louise. Yeah, I gotta be careful of that shit. It is very therapeutic in the right settings, but you know,
ice cream. Yeah, I agree.
Oh, a little bit high fructose corn syrup. Woo! You know,
it's what makes the world go round.
Oh, I despise it. I loathe. Yeah, but I live in the middle of nowhere, and I can choose. I'm like, let's have this date bark, guys. You know, with the stevia-based pumpkins.
I live in LA. I have all the natural options I could ever want.
You know, you guys have like not like the best late night dining option.
Oh no, that.
What the fuck is it with the late night in LA? First of all, you go to late night dining options, you go to fucking Austin, okay? Kirby Lane, Magnolias, Jim's. I mean, that's just three.
Any other major city in America.
I mean, you can't go to Walmart 24 hours a day, but you can damn sure get some fucking queso.
Well, and the crazy
with the black beans in it. Oh my god, so good.
It's one of the things that turned me off about LA.
What the fuck? What is it with that? I mean,
don't
you guys have like the best food and you have the most health conscious, but then you've got like Taco Bell open until like 1.
So there are some late night eats. You just have to look for them.
But it's very sparse. And for a city like LA, you would figure.
Oh no, for sure.
People stay up all night. It's all night, but no.
Oh,
they don't eat. They just do a bunch of cocaine.
It's absolutely crazy. Like so, coming from Chicago's truly a 24-hour city. Like,
there's deep dish pizza like fucking all night long.
You're not getting deep dish.
No,
but there's definitely like ethnic foods all night. There's diners everywhere. Like
diners, man, the fucking and especially like the Katz's. You know, we have the Jewish diners up there. And
we do have a 24-hour Jewish diner here in LA. Cantor's over on Fairfax.
Yeah, give me some sauerkraut.
But like I used to go to a shawarma spot in Chicago that was open 24 hours called Baghdad Cafe.
Oh, do they have hookah too? You can eat it.
No hookah, but just like
shawarma with like the pickles and the chicken
and like fucking lentil soup and like it was like a full like sit down shawarma spot. It wasn't like a stand.
You know, and there is a Hollywood Thai place open till 2. Wish I did have some fucking panang.
Oh,
they put the curry. You know what? I do come to LA and I will get the fucking curry every single time. That
crispy pork gang's open 24/7. Like just a little bit like a block down from.
I look skinny, but this bitch can eat. Trust me, I can fucking put it down.
So for 24-hour eats, crispy pork gang's open 24 hours.
Crispy pork king.
Gang.
Crispy pork gang.
It's another Thai spot.
It sounds like a
pervert.
I just had a porn set today, and I am here to shoot a bunch of porn. So, yeah, I think pervert. You know what? I think pervert would be an accurate description.
I know plenty of people who do your job that are not perverts.
What are they then? Just like money, maybe?
Yeah, no. There's definitely some people who do this just because they like money. They're apathetic towards sex and they just like money.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Aw, that's so sad. I mean, I like money too, but like, I mean, that's definitely like we don't get paid as much as we should. But you know, I mean, I do it for exposure and because also, like I said, I enjoy it. I fucking make art,
Everyone has different reasons for being in this.
which I don't admonish anything, but however you want to be here, as long as you're here of your own choice, with your own decision, of your own agency, consent, that's all I really want this industry to be, is a place for that.
Well, and that's what it should be. I mean, that's a really simple, very basic level, like reason to,
Well, but just the basic people being here because they want to be here for the right reasons.
Well,
You know,
the right reasons is something you have to examine. Is
for the right reasons for them, and it can look different for different people.
for sure, because
the right reasons for me are I'm
to
a
make art.
good little Catholic girl. I'm like, "Da-da-da."
You want to make art, and that's more than acceptable.
Oh, and I'm great. Did y'all see that last Naughty American scene with Jay Romero? Oh my god,
I did not. I don't think I've ever watched one of your scenes, Justine. I'm sorry.
it's okay. My first scene I ever did had like a squirt counter, and I think I got at least to 14. It goes pretty fucking crazy.
Nice.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't even watch my own porn. It just comes out on Twitter. I'm like, oh, that looks cool. Especially that.
You were there. You don't have to watch it.
I know, because I remember what it was like. I have a very vivid memory.
I know. You showed up here like, I remember this garage.
Yeah, exactly. Because I remember going down and then going to the left and then.
Don't dox me, woman.
Yes, this address is.
Luckily, I control the edit, so.
Well, I don't really remember the address, so there's that. Because I've drank most of this alcohol beverage. I remember there was an 8 in there.
Fucking, what are you doing? What are you doing?
It's in LA. Oh my goodness.
People know I live in Hollywood.
California.
People know I live in Hollywood, so.
You know, it's a fun place. People talk so much shit about California, but I come here and I'm like, dun, 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 California love. Like,
Well, last time you were on the show, you were talking about making the move to here.
I ran the numbers, and then also I just looked at my credit, and you know, right now, because I took a kind of like 2 years off of OnlyFans to do like porn and focus on my brand, and now I'm kind of getting back into OnlyFans, and I remember what it was like to be a content creator, and with that. I just, first of all, can't afford to move to California. And secondly, I'm in a cush fucking position. I have a hot tub. I have a view of the lake. I have a boat that I couldn't sell, or a house I couldn't sell for less than and I have a renter, this cute little 75-year-old lady she's like a retired chiropractor. And we have like s'mores nights where we have, oops, I moved the camera. We have s'mores nights. I can still see myself. So, you know, I really have a cush spot that's a really 3 to 5 hours for my nieces and nephews. So when I looked at it, it doesn't really behoove me to move to a place where I don't really know anybody. I don't really have friends outside the industry, and I'm so far from my family.
I was about to say, you know me, I'm your friend.
Right, but
it's industry.
Nephews.
I'm an industry friend.
Right, but at the same time, I do appreciate my industry friends, and I would love to spend more time, but.
No, you got to have balance. You 100%.
The fact that and every time I go to LA, I have to go see my nieces and nephews and my family in order to like refill my cup.
You need a palate cleanser?
To fill my cup, you know. But it's more just the fact that like my nephew just turned 10 and I'm actually, there's that age where it would matter. It matters that I show up. And if I lived here, I'd be so far.
Wow. I'm just being called out for being a bad uncle. My niece is like 13 and I haven't seen her since, geez.
It's, you know, I'm telling you, because I'm terrified of this world for kids. I really, you know, especially with the type of content that, you know, that's the mommy stuff that's been kind of put out, which, you know, it is to each their own. But personally, I feel a little ick sometimes when they want me to fuck my biological son on set. And I'm like, I'm not sure that's it.
I mean, they definitely, who's asked, like, everyone make sure to put in the word step.
I'm not going to name any names, but I'm saying it happened on one set where it was a swap, and it was just like, and I didn't really read the script because you get it the night before, and I didn't really look at it, and now I'm a little bit more vigilant about the type of,
as you should be.
Even like the scene today was with I was doing a Friends with Benefits, and I was divorced, and I was inviting over my ex-husband's best friend to fuck, right? And we're trying to figure out the dialogue. And one of the guys on set was like, "Oh, call your ex-husband that asshole." And I was like, actually, I prefer not to use that nomenclature. If that's okay with you guys, I prefer not to, because I don't want to harbor resentment against anybody, and I don't want to carry that into a porn scene. It's a silly
But it's
thing.
acting,
It's
Justine.
a silly thing.
Acting.
But I wouldn't call somebody that asshole because of harboring resentment and bitterness against an ex.
You're not playing.
But at the same time, I'm putting it out in the world, and the guys that are watching porn don't know that it's acting.
Well, they should.
They don't.
Well, I'm aware.
They don't. So I know that, and I know better. And if I know better, then I have to do better.
Dudes out there, it's acting.
But if I know better, and if I know they're watching this, and I'm imprinting these things in their brains, then I'm going to do it in a way that honors my own values. And my own values don't talk shit about people behind their backs, regardless of whether or not I was with them in a relationship or not. And I'm not going to call my ex that asshole. So I'm just going to say, oh, just my ex. I just don't want him here at the house. So thanks for coming and getting us stuff, and let me suck your dick.
It's the least I could do for picking up his stuff.
Right, but if I don't have to say that asshole, and I was really polite about it. I was like, I just prefer not to use that type of, rhetoric. And, fortunately they were chill about it, but it's just about knowing that about myself, knowing that makes me feel bad and I get a little feeling, and honoring that,
Sure.
And I think for people that do this job, not taking the time to think about those things means that you might do things that are outside your own values and don't align with you. And for me, that's what I was doing in the beginning. I was just doing whatever. And then I'd be like,
well, but that makes sense, because also when you first get in, you don't know what you can say no to.
Right. Well, and you don't know what you don't know, right? There's the known knowns. There's the known unknowns, the things that you know that you don't know. And then there's the unknown unknowns, the things that you don't know, right? So you walk into set, people like, you need to know your boundaries. Well, sometimes you don't realize until you've got this dick inside you, and they're like, that's just cream pie. And like, but I said I don't do cream pies like twice, and I've got this guy's dick who's getting limp as I'm watching it, and we're 5 minutes away from the pop shot, and I just want to get fucking paid and go home. I guess I'm going to say okay just to get this over with. And you don't realize in the moment. Of course, you can say, let's fake it. Of course, I know this. But sometimes you just do whatever.
Yeah.
And then you realize that later. So that's why it's about slowing down, realizing, hey, give yourself some grace. I don't know. It's okay to not know what they say, that like don't get mad at yourself for not knowing yesterday what you know today.
It's crying over fucking spilled milk.
Right. But it's also sometimes people are so hard on themselves. I know for me, I'm just really critical of myself. And I'm like, you should have known. Should. Don't should yourself to death.
Well, it's one of those things no one in most situations knowingly makes the wrong decision.
Right. And honestly, there's the time I was violated on set with that cream pie situation. I actually didn't realize until I was wrote it in my journal. And then 6 weeks later, I was like, I was like, why did I go do a bunch of drugs after that? Why did I? And then I realized, oh, I was violated. And then I ended up telling my agent I wanted to talk to the producer, and I ended up being able to have a really good conversation about it because I was able to separate myself from the situation. And I actually told him at the end, I was grateful for that situation because it made me able to really take a step back and recognize and
look at you handling it responsibly. Good on you for that, because that's, I think, one of the advantages of you getting into the industry as a fully fledged adult is
older. That he means old. I was 41 when I started, so that is older.
Oh yeah,
and my frontal lobe is fully developed, and I have been through some life.
Exactly,
and
because there's definitely some younger performers who
I would have been eaten alive.
Well, but there's also some younger performers in that situation who would have just went and put people on blast on Twitter, even though in the moment,
right, it was a call I made.
It was a call you made.
My decision, and I can take that agency to say, hey, I'd like to talk about it. This made me uncomfortable, and I don't like how it went down, and I would like to talk to somebody who's responsible. And all I wanted was for it to not happen to anybody else.
Right. Instead of putting people on blast, causing drama for no fucking good reason.
At what point? What would that have gotten me? It wouldn't have changed the situation. It would
have done nothing but harmed you.
It wouldn't have made it any better.
Oh, as I said, it would have done nothing but harmed you.
And the thing is, it's I'm selfish. And I want to get what I want out of it. And what I wanted was to be able to work for this company again and to be able to have a good experience.
Right. And if you had put them on blast, you probably would have never had that happen.
And I wouldn't have been listened to. Nobody would have listened to me.
No, you would have had some fans probably in your corner, and that is about it.
but at the same time, like, I was right, and it was a violation, but at the same time, I know it wasn't intentional, and I know that the people who were on set probably didn't even fucking realize it was because like they do so many scenes, they don't even realize, and yeah, it shouldn't have happened, but at the same time, it wasn't out of malintent.
Right. It wasn't a malicious thing at all.
So I have to understand that, like, hey, maybe I wasn't in the right place. Maybe I need to slow down, and I need to make sure that I do things according to my own values. And if I don't, then that's my responsibility. But I really feel good about the situation because I was able to talk it out, and I had a great conversation with this producer, and then he followed up with it afterwards, and and I know that one of the people who were on set that was kind of cause, she no longer worked for that company. So I actually know that, like, that's not really going to happen to other people.
Have you been hired back since?
I haven't gone back to the city to work. It's in another city, but I know I will be. Yeah, it's in Florida. Yeah, but I know I will be because the reason I just wasn't hired again because I had lost some weight because of stress, and that's why I'm trying to make sure I.
Oh, they just were looking for you to be a BBW. I got it.
They was looking for me to not be fucking emaciated. That's what it is. No, I'm telling you, I would lose weight. I'm better now, but I would lose weight sometimes, especially like being out on porn sets. It's like they don't feed the models, especially not in Florida. They do not feed the models, and then especially you don't want to have too much T-minus down your throat because I had a pumpkin muffin situation. Did I tell you about that last time?
You did.
Yeah. So I have not had a puke all over a dick situation since then because I'm really cautious about what I put in my throat. But at the same time, especially when I did my first anal scene with a flesh mechanic, and you're not supposed to eat. So
gummy bears are the key.
What the fuck is with the gummy bears? Do they put them up their ass?
No, you eat them. That's what you eat the day before.
Why?
Because it doesn't produce poop.
Is that what the fucking gummy bears thing is?
Yeah.
I kept thinking they were putting gummy bears in their asses.
No, they're just.
Why the fuck? Do you just not have a juice diet where you're not eating fucking sugar all day? Why wouldn't you just drink smoothies?
I don't know. I
would drink smoothies.
I have never been anally penetrated in my life, so I don't know. I don't know why people make choices they make.
They eat gummy bears all day because it doesn't make poop. That's because it's sugar.
It's sugar and.
You know how bad that is for your fucking.
Well, it's not all sugar. It's the gelatin. Gelatin's like
no protein.
It's all like horse hooves. Gelatin.
Okay, but it's still just a bunch of fucking carbs. You're just eating a bunch of carbs, spiking your blood sugar all day. Oh my God. I didn't know that was why they did that. I kept thinking every time they were talking about gummy bears that they were shoving gummy bears up their ass.
See, this is why we need a porno 101, people. A well-established performer like Justine's like, why are they shoving gummy bears up their butt? We need a porno 101. God damn.
I'm like, why do they keep talking about gummy bears? Like, what is it with the fucking gummy bears? Are they like, oh, I'm going to do an anal. I'm going to do this show. Get some gummy bears. And I kept thinking that they were shoving gummy bears. Why else would you get gummy bears? Like,
eat them like a normal person?
I know, but why wouldn't you just say, I'm eating gummy bears? Why do you say, I'm going to get them as if you're about to use them on the set?
Because you have to purchase them to eat them.
You understand?
Please don't shoplift, Justine. We don't want you going to jail.
You understand? Oh, I used to shoplift. I definitely went to jail for stealing some panties. Because they were over the $50, so they were a Class B misdemeanor. And I was like, a rebel.
How long ago was this?
I was 19. So this was 20 years ago, at least 20 plus years. Don't do the math.
I was going to be like 3 years ago.
Ooh. 3 years ago, Justine does not have time to get arrested. Do you know, if I spent a day in jail, do you know how much money I would lose?
I don't know.
A lot.
I'm not your accountant.
Fuck that. A lot. No, definitely. I need to be present so I can tell my people, like, no, I'll do this custom for $300 and, yeah, I can do this video call.
What if they wanted a custom of you shoplifting?
Then I will pretend and I will go buy the item ahead of time and then I will pretend to shoplift and then I will say thank you and I will apologize.
What happened to being authentic?
I'm telling you, I will not shoplift because I have already been to fucking jail for that shit. And I do not have time to deal with people. I'm telling you what happens in jail. And you meet girls who are like, I'm pregnant, so I'm going to take my prenatal pills and I'm not going to take the methadone. because they're also withdrawing from heroin, and then like they're trying to like look at the number of the bail bondsman and memorize the number while they like take 3 steps this way and call the bail bondsman, and they can't remember like a 9-digit number from 2 steps. They're like, so 512-327-4694. 512-327. What was it again? And then we have to remember it for them. So I'm telling you, like you go to a place, you're like, I don't belong here. That's how I felt about jail. I don't belong here.
Why are you pushing your cup in me?
Because it's empty.
Are you wanting a refill?
May I have some other one, please?
Yes.
I'm a civilized human being, I promise, but I have a really listen and don't make it such a heavy pour this time.
All right.
I can have 2 drinks, and he's like, cool, 2 drinks. But that was like probably 2 drinks in one.
You sure you want another one then?
Yeah, but just one beverage, not a double.
I mean, I poured for me, so
Pour for a little fucking virgin, like somebody who normally drinks virgin daiquiris. Okay, I normally drink like a virgin mojito.
I'll see what
I have a half calf, fucking
no foam latte. What the fuck?
like a half alcohol.
We'll be back in a moment while I refill Justine's glass.
Cheers.
And we're back, by the way, folks.
We're back talking about puking up hot damn. I think I was like in a sleeping bag. There was like, I swear I was like very, very young, like 20, 21, like very. And it's like back in the Goldschlager when you're like puking up the gold flakes.
Never puked up Goldschlager.
Oh, lucky.
No, that was a choice.
There's always so many choices with you, but sometimes you don't realize when you're that fucked up that you shouldn't be keeping drinking.
Oh, no, I kept drinking. I just, from the majority of my drinking career.
You never threw up?
Oh, no, I have thrown up a lot of times. I've thrown up on multiple continents.
That's a W?
I think so. I've definitely thrown up in Asia.
I've never been to Asia. This motherfucker's thrown up in Asia?
Oh, I've thrown up in Asia. I've thrown up in public in Asia.
Oh, I'd be terrified.
And hit it a little hard in Tokyo. Sorry, I didn't even make it a full fucking episode. Sorry.
Really?
Definitely puked in Tokyo. Didn't puke in South America. Definitely puked in Europe.
Oh yeah, I definitely South America. I would go there for the book thing. I told bookstore we would go there for our like awards trip, and a little bit of cocaine, a little bit of alcohol, but woo! And there's a lot of prostitutes in Hako, but I never got one until later. Did I tell you about the happy ending I got?
I feel like maybe refresh my.
I got a happy ending in Costa Rica. My first happy ending.
Wait, like just now on this last trip?
No. Like, it was probably like last year though.
No, I'm pretty sure. But tell the audience again, because I'm sure some people didn't listen to the first time you're on the show.
No, I don't think I had been. I don't think I had gotten it at that point. So
this was an offline for me. Like, Matt, I got finger blasted.
Well, and it was a female that was giving the happy. I didn't know. So what happened was, I wanted a genuine massage, but when I realized that the person who was giving me a massage, she kind of came with a bodyguard, and she kind of dismissed him as soon as she saw who I was, because she like laughed like, I'm not in trouble. This girl's can't do anything to hurt me. Accurate. But then she was giving me a massage, and it was terrible. It was a terrible massage. It was, but then she kind of kept going really close to like my inner thigh, right? And I was like, is she brushing the lips to my vagina on purpose? And I was like, And I kept thinking, I was like, how does happy ending massages work? And I did it for research.
For the bit. I get it.
I read it just because I wanted to know for research purposes how people get into a happy ending and how, if people want to know how to get laid, I'm telling you, just go, try to chill out, and then you kind of like give permission. So what happened is she can't get really close to my inner thigh. So I would open my legs a little bit to see what would happen. I'm like, so if I kind of open my thighs and get really comfortable, is she going to kind of keep? So then, that happened. And then we go to flip over, and I see all this in a porn one time where I took the towel and I just kind of just slid it off my body. So I was like completely naked, right? And then she goes, happy ending? Real quiet. And I was like, I was like, sure. I was like, how much? She's like, 200. I was like, okay, cool.
200 US or 200 local?
US. I was like, all right, whatever, let's do it. And then this girl starts eating me out. And I was like, huh. All right, that's interesting. I didn't think they would do that, but I guess.
Did she ask you how she compared to a porn star?
She didn't know I was a porn star. But she did think I was with this person who I was like shooting with, that I was not having sex with. She thought I was that person's husband. I was like, no. And then I kept, when I didn't want the person I was with to know, I got a happy ending. So I had to go pay this girl, and I kept going to all these different ATMs. And he was like, well, how much do you need? How much do you owe her? And I'm like, I'll just get it. No big deal. I'm like, I didn't want to be like 200, because he'd be like, why do you owe her that much money? So.
Did she at least eat your pussy well?
Yeah, I mean, I came one time, which is really low for me, but I just was there for the experience. I just wanted to kind of see what it was like. I didn't really care about getting off. And then after she's trying, she like fingered me, and then she like grabs my hand, she puts it on her titty, like she's really trying to like get me off. So I like came one time, and then I was like, okay, can I just enjoy the massage for the rest of it? I don't really need, I didn't really care about the sex part. I was just curious. Mainly. But it was a really pleasant experience.
Worth the 200?
I mean, for the research purposes, for the fact that I didn't know what it was like, and I was like, is there like a secret word? Is there like a phrase that you whisper that you're like, let's do this? Like, how do you get into a happy ending? But now I know it's just that little bit of permission, that little bit of consent, that little bit of like, instead of like, some people would like close their thighs and be really like, and that would be a sign of no, don't keep going. But if you kind of like open up your thigh, you're like, I'd be kind of, is that what you're up? Is that on the menu?
Well, it's like reading body language in any situation.
Mm-hmm. So I think that's what it's about. It's just listening and slowing down.
Well, reading the room in general in life is a great example. I remember, on the other end of it, God, it had to be AVN 14. And the only reason I'm thinking about it is it's this girl's birthday today. So
happy birthday. Woo! That's what I do for birthdays.
I didn't get for my birthday.
You can have your birthday and for her birthday.
Well, thank you, Justine.
There you go.
Thank you. But we're hanging out all night. Yeah.
Bender. Just kidding.
AVN, it was a bit of a bender. AVN 13.
Oh, yeah. I've been to those.
AVN, it's got to be AVN 13 or 14. And we hang out till like the sun comes.
Oh, those are fun days.
And like I walk her back to her hotel. And as we're about to part for the night, like I go in for a kiss and like I feel her tense up. I'm like, oh, never mind then.
Yeah.
I misread the room.
Yeah.
But in the moment, I was just like, oh, fuck.
Sometimes it's not even a misreading the room. Sometimes like you're open to that. But as soon as it happens, you're like, wait, I crossed the line in my boundary. I crossed and this person is doing something that I might have opened up, but I'm not quite sure how I feel about that right now. Because especially when you're inebriated and under the influence. So it's not even that you misread the room, is that sometimes people misread how much they are okay with situations while they're putting out those vibes that they're okay with situations.
Yeah,
and that's a lesson for guys too, is that they're like, sometimes guys get mad. They're like, you led me on. It's like, bro, I was leading myself on. I thought I was cool with this. And then all of a sudden you touched me. And then I decided, I'm scared. And you can't fucking undo that. You can't unpush that button. And the more you try, excuse me. The more you try to unring that bell, the more it's like, stop putting pressure on me, okay? Or but if you're just take a step back and hey, whoa, I misread the room. And you might even
oh no, I hugged her and said, have a good night.
You might even if that girl's hey, well, you might have triggered some sort of trauma that she had that she didn't even fucking know about. But if you're just patient, you're hey, do you want what I like to do in this situation for guys, lesson, is say, hey, I think I might have pushed a button or triggered something and I'm totally okay, stepping back from the situation, but I'm present. And if you'd like to talk about it, I'm here. And if not, that's no big deal. What I like to do in that situation is just say, hey, it's cool if you want to talk about it. If not, it's no big deal. Take the pressure off.
At 5 o'clock in the morning, I just hugged her goodnight and said, I'll see you soon.
If you don't feel like it, but if these guys are desperate as you say they are, then they might want to let this lesson.
Fair enough.
I might want the lesson. You fuck only porn. You're I only fuck porn stars.
It's not my choice. I would like to fuck some civilians. I would love to.
Civilians, you motherfucker. Civilians.
I would love to fuck some civilians.
I'd like to fuck civilians too. See? We have the same problem. I can only fuck porn stars because they're the only people that fuck. Can I hit my vape? Do you care?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. It's a CBD pen.
It's DMT.
Oh my God. Yeah. No, we're not having that Justine today.
Aw, I'm bummed. The show's over. Like, that's the Justine I signed up for.
Well, I think it would be just a nonverbal vocal Justine that would just be like, I don't think that'd be interesting at all to anybody. You know?
I might be amused.
Maybe if my tits were out, I'd be, you know.
That would be your call.
You know, I definitely, I'm telling you, that acid trip, I have like a picture of me sitting in a hammock with my tits out. And I was just like listening to fucking music, vibing on acid. And everybody else in the group was very uncomfortable that my tits were out, except for my one friend that I had with me, because people just don't. You'd be surprised because you'd be topless in Austin, but you'd be surprised how many people are like, that kid could see your boobs. Well, she knows what boobs are. Now she's going to learn what anatomy is.
Well, I know. When we posted that clip from last time you were on about talking about the story about you being topless in Austin, the amount of hate that fucking post got.
Really?
I mean, there's plenty of positive shit, but there's plenty of people who talk mad shit about you talking about having your tits out.
Okay, first of all,
you're tagged in the post. You see the comments too.
No, I don't read the fucking shit comments.
Why not?
Because I don't want to get pissed off.
Don't get pissed off.
And also, sometimes I just don't see them because I am busy and I have a life and I'm an adult that doesn't.
Whoa. You saying I'm not an adult that has a life because I respond to my comments?
Well, no, I'm just saying that I'm talking about the people that hate. I don't give those people always the attention, even if it's good for fucking the algorithm.
Okay, you know exactly where I was going to go with that.
Good for the algorithm.
You know my speech.
You know, I'm telling you because I used to do it too, where they'd be like, oh, she's a hoe and she's a fucking disease-ridden fucking prostitute. And I'm like, nah, you know. And that never was good for me, or it didn't do anything, you know. And I do talk shit to them sometimes, especially when I'm like, oh, I have God in my life. And they're like, you need Jesus. You're going to hell. You're promiscuous. And I'm like, I just said I have God in my life. What the fuck? Why do I need Jesus? Like, what are you talking about? How do you know I don't have Jesus? Actually, I do. Jesus is fucking wife, Mary Magdalene.
I mean, Jesus loved whores.
Jesus, okay, first of all, Mary Magdalene, okay, it's like Christ's like wife type shit. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot like of spirituality that has to do with like women, you know, that's not necessarily you have to believe in this or you're gonna go to hell, you know. And I have God, so I answer to him, not like not anybody else. You know what I mean? So I think if like other people like throw their shit in my face, it says more about them than it says about me.
Well, it obviously says more about them because anyone who is happy, successful, and busy doesn't have time to bring strangers down.
Well, and especially anybody, like the thing is that when I talk about stuff like that and people like throw shit in my face, that they don't stop to ask, well, what does it mean to you if you have God in your life and you do this job that's very, you know, oriented and not necessarily good? Like, how do you like reconcile that with your faith? People don't ask me those questions. They just say, you don't have Jesus, you're going to hell.
At the end of the day, one, I don't believe in God. I am very much an atheist. But
you have every right to, you know.
I do. Because that's the second point I was going to make. If God does exist, God gave us monkeys free will. So if God didn't want you to do it, God wouldn't have given you free will to make these choices.
The thing about it is that, you know, I was very young and I was like raised as a Catholic. And I had a near-death experience last year, and after that, I have.
How do I not know about that?
I don't talk about it that much. So,
are you willing to talk about it now?
Sure. So, okay, and I'm going to say this. So, the person I was supposed to go meet, I was supposed to go meet Jenna Jameson for dinner, and I was at Vegas at this hotel bar that I wouldn't have been in otherwise. And she didn't do anything wrong. She just had something else going on. So I didn't end up meeting up with her. Ended up meeting some guy. We ended up talking and I was kind of lonely. So I ended up going to hang out with him and he said that he had some cocaine. I was like, okay, well, do you have any ketamine? And because I was kind of into that at the time, that was my drug of choice. And he was like, yes, but, and he goes into this thing about how it's something like ketamine. So anyways,
oh God.
I know. We go to his house. I do a tiny little bump of cocaine, and then I do this tiny little bump of this brown stuff that he says feels like ketamine. All of a sudden, I get really tired. I go kind of want to like lay down in one of his spare bedrooms, and everything fades to black. And this was on a Friday night. So Sunday, afternoon, I wake up with my arms restrained to a hospital bed and nurses standing over me. And all of a sudden, I've intubated with a tube down my throat. And these nurses are saying, you died of you went into a coma and you had a cocaine overdose. And I said, no, I did not, because I know I only did a tiny little bump of coke and I fell asleep. That's not a cocaine overdose. It was that other thing that I did. So turns out that it was something called Amanita muscaria, which is a very rare but legally obtainable and legally obtained substance that I got a rare reaction to, that I went into respiratory failure and went into a coma and almost died. And I would have stopped breathing had I not had the tube down my throat.
Well, thankfully that dude didn't just ditch you.
Well, I don't think he wanted to be responsible for a homicide. He did actually end up paying me like $2,000 because I lost the scene because of it, which my agent doesn't know about. They thought I went to the ICU I told him I went to the ER for dehydration when I was like,
Justine, this is on a podcast.
they're not going to watch it. They're not going to. And if they do, it's been a long time, and I already went to rehab because of all the shit that I went through. So,
okay.
You know what I mean?
I'm just putting it out there that if you wanted to cut, now's the time to say.
Honestly, I'm not ashamed of what happened because it really came full circle, because I actually had to work that week, and literally I'm in this hospital bed, and it fucked up my veins because I had this like the tightest IV. And I remember like when I woke up, I heard a little voice that said, it tapped on my shoulder and said, let's try this again.
I'm glad you're still here.
The most gentle voice. And I remember being like, okay, I'm just going to shove this down and deal with it. Because I had like a fucking browser scene that week. I had a fucking like some huge fucking scenes, and I could not deal with it. So then like a couple of weeks later, I was like dealing with this fucking stomach pain, this gastritis from stress. And like, I remember asking my Nana, ask God for help. I was like, please God, help me. And then my Nana, who died 2 years ago, responded and said, just talk to God. And she's like, if all these things that trip you up about like religion, about all these people that are like fighting about Jesus, she's like, don't worry about it. Just talk to God. And I was like, oh yeah. And then I talked to God. He's like, I love you. I don't give a shit about any of this. I love you. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that. And I just fucking, and I just love God, and God loves me. And it's the most beautiful thing, because it's true. And I'm a child of God, and I'm a woman of God. And it's something that I forgot about. And for 20 years, I forgot about it. And now I'm back. And now I have that strength and that conviction. And it means to me something different than like probably, I don't have this Bible. I'm not like adhered to this, these semantics and this ideology, right? Because to me, it's just about connection and about like, the best things of all the religions. Just take the best of it. And that's what I believe God is, and it's just about harmony in the universe, and then getting back to this place. We're in hell. This is hell. There's heaven and this is in hell. And it's just about your soul going back to that sea of light that we were originated from.
I like hell.
Well, you're here.
I know.
Well, enjoy
Good time.
Yeah, I know. It's fun.
Cheers to that.
Party in the USA. You know what I'm saying? So it's fucking fun. But at the same time, I'm done. I'm ready. At the end of this life, I'm going to visit my Nana. I'm going to go see, I'm done. So the thing is, right now, I've got to spend this life doing something worth it. And that's why I'm here.
What's worth it?
That's why I want to do this women empowerment. That's why I want to like show people how to have agency in this world. I want to be there for my nieces and nephews whenever they're going through hard times. I want them to know they can come to me or their uncle, my little brother, who's 14 years younger than me. He went to prison, and he's my hero. He is my fucking hero. But the two of us, we've been through some shit, so we're going to be able to like not judge them. And because my sister she's good. She doesn't know what this fucking drug stuff is. She doesn't know this ugly side of life. Thank God. I don't want her to.
Well, no, I think everyone should experience some ugly side of life.
Well, yeah,
it makes you appreciate.
No, she has for sure. But at the same time, like she saw the ugly side and recognized it a lot sooner than I did, and didn't have to go down as far roads to hell as I did in order to recognize, okay, this is not the road I want to go.
Because if you have no bad, you can't have good.
No, she's definitely had that. But it's just, I'm going to be there for my nieces and nephews when they have places that they can't talk to their parents about. And that's important to me. It's to be that place where people can, otherwise the shit that I've been through, what was it for? For the sake of what? And if it's for the sake of being able to have somebody else recognize what they've been through and to be able to help reconcile that with their own, their own, sense of agency and sense of like feeling good about themselves, then it was for something good.
I mean, sometimes you just go through shit because you have to go through shit.
I know, but if I go through shit and it was worth it because it helps somebody else, that makes it all the more worth it.
It's worth it just for the life experience.
I know, but my life experience isn't enough. Because I've been through some shit. But also I want to help the world. I want to make the world a better place.
Well, you're out here fighting prostate cancer.
Fighting prostate cancer? Is that what happens when I suck on balls?
Well, so men, if they need to come so many times a month to reduce the risk of prostate cancer.
So what about this tantra shit that guys talk about? The guys talk about wanting to do tantra and how
that's some bullshit.
Human retention is so
important. That.
So I don't know if you know Dave Asprey. He's this very this biohacker dude, but he's always about so if you want to do tantra and you want to look into your partner's eyes and then you hold it and then you edge and then you don't come and you just bring it back, and I'm like, you just want to talk shit about porn.
No. So I want to hold my orgasm as long as it takes from me to try to get my partner off, but then I want to pop
10 times. If I need to come at least 10 times, and then you think about having an orgasm, and then you think about coming, and then we're okay. I'm sorry. I give me some fucking Alex Legend. I'm spoiled.
It's okay, Justine. We're not fucking. I don't care.
Have you? Okay, but that motherfucker that did his oh my God.
I have never had sex with Alex Legend. Not my type.
You never. He's not,
be that whole I don't sleep with men.
When I get and I'm so close to coming, right? And then he'll whisper sweet French nothings in my ear, and I'm just ah. And I can just, it's so fun. I'm telling you, that's why I'm so spoiled with these fucking porn guys. It's because they're so sensitive. And that's the thing that's the difference with not porn guys and people that fuck guys, people in the industry, is because their sensitivity. It's porn guys, they're they know when I'm about to come. They know, it's, versus I fucked some guy who's not a porn guy, who's a civilian. One of my exes, I squirted on this guy's dick. And I didn't say anything just because I wanted to see if he was going to even notice. And then he's like, did you squirt on me? I'm like, yeah, you didn't, you couldn't tell. He's like, he couldn't tell that I squirted on his dick.
That's weird.
I know. I'm like, these guys can tell when I'm about to squirt. And they're like, ooh, give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. And you're like, I'm going to give it to you, give it to me. And then you get excited and you give it to him and they're like, ah.
The first time I hooked up with someone who squirted, it's I was intimately aware. I was 20 and I was confused.
It's what the waterwork?
Well, the first time, the first girl I ever hooked up with who squirted, we're banging, all of a sudden just splash against my balls. I'm just like, what the fuck? And then there was once I realized what happened, it was a point of pride.
Right, it is. It's I did that.
I did that. I did that.
You're like, ooh, gold star.
Yeah, that whole sexual encounter was an emotional roller coaster because it was yeah, I did that. And then when I went to the bathroom to take the condom off and realized it was in a ring around the base of my cock because it had broken.
Oh.
It was an emotional roller coaster. I'm like, oh shit, I came inside that girl.
Oh man. Oh, that's terrible. I have had an experience when you are terrified after so I was at strip club and I was getting my nipples sucked because I kind of like that. And then I would be grinding on some dude with a pair of panties, multiple pairs of panties. I would wear a tee-back and a boy short. And then I would squirt because I would get so fucking turned on. And then my panties would be wet for the rest of the fucking night. And I would get so fucking pissed off about it.
That's how you get jock itch.
Well, that's why I would get so mad. That's why I'd get so mad about it. Because I'd be like, bro, I didn't bring an extra fucking panties. I did not want to squirt. And
that is your lack of preparation.
Well, I never planned on getting coming that hard at a fucking strip club. It happened twice in my life.
It happened after the first time. You should have planned for it.
It happened twice after 10 fucking years. So.
Guess what? After the first time, you should have just been like, these are the backup panties in my locker.
There's a house mom for that reason. There is a house mom.
There is. I know.
They're fucking cool. I consider myself a house mom. That's where do you consider yourself in 5 years? I'm kind of a house mom, not the house mom of porn, but a house mom of porn, where I can oh sweetie, don't forget, here's your breath mint. You need some toothpaste, because whenever you get the cum in your mouth, and you want to make sure to bring your eye drops in case you get in your eye, sweetie. And here's some extra makeup wipes and some coochie wipes.
Here, honey, here's a makeup sponge. You're bleeding a little.
Oh my gosh. The funny, it's like, there's like a scene I did with this. I'm telling you, this girl was suffocating me with her she's sitting on my face. And I was like, all I can taste is like iron. Because she was on her period. And it was like metallic. I'm like, sweetie, like, can you give me some air? Can you give me some air, please? And like, also, like, do I have some Indian paint on my fucking face? But it definitely tasted a lot like iron.
So?
It was fine.
See, I'm on record being like, I have no problems going down.
But the thing is that irks me is that I didn't get my pussy eaten at all by her, but I ate a ton of pussy, and I was like,
oh no, Justine, life isn't fair.
I was like,
life isn't fair, Justine. You didn't get your pussy eaten.
No, I didn't. But I got the shit fucked out of me though. But still, I was like, I've got a face full of iron, and literally I was being suffocated. I'm like, okay, you're super cool, and I really appreciate you, but it's like I was like, yeah, my face was being shoved into the fucking mattress. I'm like, honey, I have to breathe. I love you to death. You're super cute. I love these girls. They're so fucking fun. These little porn girls. Like, I have like the most fun with them. And they're like super like fun to work with too, especially like a boy girl scene. Where they're like, I had this one where I was supposed to be pumping milk because I had just had a kid apparently, and I was in the office and I was like the boss, and I'm like breast pumping, and this girl comes in and she's like, oh, excuse me, and she's all fumbling around. I'm like, and then I like drop my breast pumps. I'm like, you need to come over here and suck my titties. So she's like, okay, cool. And then they have this like coconut kind of like milk like drink, that she's got in her mouth that like is dripping all over and is sticky all over. And then like at one point she's like, oh, what if I put it in my mouth and it comes out? I'm like, that's a great idea. And then I'm like, let's fucking play around, and it's fun, and they're fun.
Yeah, it's good times.
That's why I like fucking porn people, because they're fun and everything's, I don't really get that because other girls outside the industry, people are just more insecure.
Well, stop living in Texas.
Well, I can come to Vegas, or I can come to Austin. Where am I now? LA?
Yes. Please tell me you know where you are. You've been here before. Jesus
I'm
Christ.
in LA. I was here for I just got here yesterday. It hasn't even been a whole day.
You've literally been here before.
Okay, I'm doing multiple scenes in 4 cities, and I've got a podcast and 1 podcast, not 2. And
damn right.
And my nephew's hockey game, and what the fuck else am I doing? I don't know, but like I've got a bunch of shit going on.
I'm just busting your balls. I understand.
Big dream. Yeah, I got some big old balls. Like theoretically, if I did have balls, they would be very, very big. Because I'm like
that sounds uncomfortable.
Person. Nah, man, I'm like brave. I got courage.
Yeah. It's hard to be brave when you have large testicles. That's just more of a target. They're very sensitive.
My theoretical testicles.
Well, that's someone else's.
My metaphorical testicles.
Someone else has done this bit, but it's pretty funny when everyone's like, oh, you're a pussy. Pussies bring life. Pussies stretch.
Excuse me, do you know my life? Yes, my flower of life.
If you tried to stretch my testicles, I will scream.
Oh, actually, I was known back in junior high for kicking dudes in the testicles.
Yeah. Testicles are very sensitive. Hell,
it was bad. No, I was I'm still my little sister is 4. I was the class of 2000. She was 2004. So she got the brunt of actually my little brothers who were 11 and 14 years younger than me got shit because I kicked dudes in the balls. And it was known for a decade in my fucking school. Because I didn't, first of all, I was really terrible at comebacks and being witty.
So you chose violence?
So, yeah. So I'd be pissed off that I didn't know what to say back to these dudes. So I'd kick him in the nuts.
Justine, I'm very happy there's a table between us.
I'm telling you, I think I'm a little on the spectrum because I was just fuck you. And then just nuck in the book,
Please don't hurt me.
I'm not, because I've learned since then not to use violence and how to just be you suck, rather than kicking people in the balls. Because I realized that it didn't really bring that much, it wasn't good for me. because
It definitely wasn't good for them.
it doesn't really get my point across, and I want to be listened to.
Holy shit. I just realized, what if some dude developed a fetish? Like he had a crush on you and you kicked him in the balls? Because that's why he was being shitty to you. He had a crush on you. You kicked him in the balls and he developed a fetish of like crushing over it. It's like the first girl I had a crush on kicked me in the balls, and then the rest of his life he's just like trying to recreate that moment.
I was telling you about trying to do my high school reunion. I really don't want that shit to be out there before. If I'm like about to put on my 25th high school reunion, and then it's like Justine wants to go kick a bunch of dudes in the balls, so let's try.
Justine, crushing Queen Jakobs.
Guys, no, really, I want to have my 25th high school reunion because I want to hang out. Even though those fuckers deserved it, because when I was in high school, these fuckers, I was bullied, and they would do fucked up shit.
What would they bully you about?
I'm not talking about TPing a house. I'm talking they would put tea bags because, okay, I had this one time where I went to a party and I went and to make out with some dude one time. I was a virgin. I was not having sex with anybody. But then they were like, my real name. Oh, she made out with 34 dudes in one night. So then apparently it evolved into how I was getting teabagged, right? So then they went and throw a bunch of tea bags in my parents' front lawn, right? And they would do some fucked up shit. Like they would take, vehicles, like construction vehicles, drive them to my house and then burn out the fucking tires and fuck up my lawn. And then one time they put a dead pig's heart or cow heart on my front stoop of my house. A dead pig's heart.
That is some Texas shit.
A bloody fucking pig's heart on my front stoop. And my sister found it, right?
She grill it up?
No, and she comes and gets me, and she's like, "There's some bloody pig's heart." So I'm like, "Fuck, motherfuckers!" So I just go grab some paper towels and I throw it in the fucking trash, like just whatever. I was more mad that my sister fucking found it, but I was bullied, man. One guy drew a penis on the back of my neck at the bus one time, like in fucking permanent marker. I'm telling you, these motherfuckers were cruel because I was annoying. I was really annoying.
Was? Fucking with you. I'm fucking with you. Please don't kick me in the balls. Please don't kick me.
No promises.
Fuck. I set myself up for that.
Where you live?
You're literally in my apartment.
Yeah. Well,
I set myself up for that.
I'm not going to forget that, but I'm not going to forget where I am.
I know. I was giving you the address. Like, I know where you live, motherfucker.
It's funny though, and I put it in. I was like, and now we drink podcast. It pulls up the address. I was like, oh, I know where you live.
Yeah. She's like, I know where you live, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Step lightly.
Don't let me get creative.
Why would I not want you to be creative?
Yeah, because okay, so my ex, my sister's husband, my brother-in-law. So I found out that he didn't like garlic, right? So, or he didn't.
Was he a vampire? What the fuck's wrong with him?
He didn't like garlic, but that he was really sensitive to garlic. And anytime he ate garlic, it was like he tasted garlic for the rest of the day.
That sounds amazing.
I know, but he just didn't like it because it was just overly sensitive. So, anyways, one time he pissed me off.
He should not procreate.
Well, he did 3 times. So one time he pissed me off, and I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm going to take garlic. I'm going to put it in every single condiment in your fridge. I'm going to put it in every single food item in your fridge. And you're not going to know what to eat. You're not going to be able to eat anything because everything's going to be tasting like garlic. And he looked at me and he goes, that's the most fucked up thing I've ever heard. And I said, don't let me get creative. Because I just thought of that at the top of my head. I haven't even really gotten creative, but like I'll put sand in your socks. Like I will fuck you up in ways that you never even imagined that you could get fucked up.
I thought we were cool.
We're cool. I'm just saying, don't fuck with me. It's a warning.
I'm now suddenly very worried.
The thing is, you put out there, you get what you get, right? And I always use my powers for good. I start with honey, right?
In the socks? That sounds real sticky.
Oh. Oh, don't even like nair in the fucking shampoo. I mean, that's even just the minimum. But one of the things I heard one time that would be really funny is like, there's like this guy that had this thing that created like a beep. It was like a beep noise. And he left it in his like roommate's apartment and it would just go off randomly.
Oh, they sell these things that you can plug in that randomly make cricket noises every 4 to 5 minutes.
Yeah. And like you think you're fucking insane and you're like really getting fucked with. I'm just saying I would never do that unless provoked. But
what does it take to provoke you to that level though?
I mean, I don't have the time for that fucking bullshit, to be honest.
But you'd be fucked with quite a bit? Awesome.
But I'm telling you, the pig's heart. That was some fucked up shit, and I rolled with it and these guys had to come to my parents' house and apologize to them. And the worst part is that I would be sleeping most of the time. I would wake up, and I'm not talking about TP their fucking house. TPing your house was some child's play compared to what these motherfuckers did. Teabagging my house.
Honestly, going on to anyone else's property in Texas seems like a really bad plan.
Well, it was a suburb in Houston, and
yeah. Oh my God, there's no guns in the suburbs of Houston.
There was, but we were in like the nice part of the suburb.
Oh my God. Crime never happens in the nice part. People don't shoot people in the nice part of towns.
Not really, no. Not in like a cul-de-sac. Because you can't. Because the thing is if you're going to shoot somebody, you need to know what's behind you. So ideally, you're going to shoot somebody where you don't have houses behind you, where you have like a hill, or you have like a fridge you can shoot at. Or if you're going to miss and you're going to aim, then there's a bunch of trees for the next 5 acres.
Don't miss.
But if you have like 5 acres worth of like trees, and you're not going to hit anybody's cows, and you're not going to hit anybody's houses, and there's kids, because there's kids, you know what I'm saying? You got to know.
You can make more. Younger they are, they're easier to replace.
Okay. I'm in Texas, and this is why you LA people have like to register their guns. In Texas, you don't register that shit. Like, you know how many guns I have? No, I didn't think so.
And how many guns I have?
And you're not going to know. But you're supposed to register them technically.
No, they're all registered.
Oh, well, nobody knows how many guns I have. Not the government, not because one of them's my ex-boyfriend bought for me. Thanks for the
straw purchase. He's going to fucking prison for that.
It wasn't. We were at the same gun show together, and I just couldn't get 2 guns, but I did want.
That's a straw purchase. That is illegal.
Come and take it
out of your cold dead hands.
Come and take it. Yeah, because I had my Ruger SR-22, and then I have
Well, the funny thing is, since I moved in from out of state and had my guns before I moved to California, I have a bunch of handguns.
My Kimber. I love my Kimber.
Are you a good enough shot to justify a Kimber?
It's a micro 380, so it's really doesn't have.
Oh, it's not 45. Yeah.
No, that's a heavy fucking.
Well, I know.
I need a micro 380, which does have stopping power.
Everything has stopping power if you're on target. But moving in from out of state, I have a bunch of stuff because California has its own approved list, like for semi-autos, like you can't.
But how do you know what people have if they just bring it in and don't say anything about it?
Well, that's illegal.
So is bringing weed from California.
Right, but it's one of those things like if you have to use it, it becomes a bigger problem.
Oh, you know what? I just the thing is about using it is that scares me also because I have. I have discharged my own weapon in my home, because I was scared. Because I was scared at some point.
Whoa! Tell me the story.
No, it's okay. My little brother messaged me. He's like, "Get your gun ready," because he was getting, followed by people.
People what kind of people?
I don't want to. He has some issues with there's an incident in.
This is the little brother who went to prison.
Yeah, and there was an incident where he was kind of fucking with some dude that was his friend that got involved in maybe a little bit of drug dealing and meth and whatever, I don't know, because I didn't really pay attention. But I went to go get my brother out of the situation because he sensed the presence of police, which he wasn't wrong, but he wasn't dealing with that shit. So I went and got him, but my brother was scared because he was basically dealing with police presence. He wasn't wrong, but at the same time, they were. He gets pulled over way more than the average person. So in his car, if I want him to go buy some drugs for me, if I want him, hey bro, I need to go get some weed. I'm out of concentrates and I need to go get some more mushrooms and some fucking flour. I have to buy them from a drug dealer. So
that's the problem living in Texas.
I know. And if I go send him in his car is hot. So he gets pulled over 15 times in the past 3 months. So I have to go send him with my car. You know what I'm saying? So one time he was coming home, he thought he was hot and I was high. And so I went and got and I wasn't sure if the safety was on. So I checked the fucking, and fortunately I know how to aim down, but I did accidentally discharge my weapon. And then the worst part was.
Why was your finger on the fucking trigger?
Well, I was trying to see if it was loaded. It was. But fortunately I just shot my rug. I didn't shoot any, but my dog was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Holy shit.
So this is
5 minutes ago, I'm like, hey, you want to go shooting sometime? And I'm like, nope, never mind.
I would go shooting. But hey, I'm just not going to do it high. I was fucking high. And he calls me. He's like, get your gun ready. Just don't do that when I'm high. I don't think I've ever been around you when you were fucking not high. A little. This is not high. This is just drinking a little bit. Hey, I was at home in my own safety in my own home. I think I was doing a little
And you
bit
fucked that rug up. I get it.
I just have a little bit of spot in it, but it's fine. It's fine. But then since then, I'm like, okay, well, I know how to put the safety on. And I realized I need to go get some gun lessons.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to go get some. I've already since then gotten to the gun range since then.
Good.
Yeah. Look, now it's problem solved.
Sort of.
But at least I'm aware of it. And I'm not going to sleep with my gun under my fucking pillow if I don't know how to.
Gun under your pillow?
No. It's in a safe box, locked in a safe place. But it's basically like a doormat.
Is the ammo separated?
Yes.
How are you going to get to it quickly if you need it?
I have 2.
Oh, the other one's like ready to go.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I will keep it. I keep it loaded, but I keep the safety on. And I keep it in
That's
the gun.
That's a bad plan. Seriously, that's a bad plan.
What should I do?
Well, develop trigger discipline, but in a high stress situation,
right?
Are you actually training to disengage that safety?
So the thing is, it depends on the distance.
That means no.
That means no. But I'm also willing to be like, I have a gun. I know how to use it.
Right. And guess what? If you're not actually willing to use it.
Oh, I'm willing to use it.
Right. But in a higher stress
situation, probably not.
If you're not able to use it, that thing is a difference. I'm
aware of the situation, which is why I don't bring it out. Except that one time.
Justin, you know I did armed security for over a decade, right?
Really? Let's learn. I want to learn. Teach me something. All these motherfuckers that like, oh, I want to have sex with her. They're like, maybe not.
Yeah, no. Legitimately. So I worked for an armored car company for over a decade.
Really?
I worked with a gun on my hip every day.
It's scary. It is scary if you don't know, if you don't have the right rules and if you don't have the right.
When I took the Nevada concealed carry course, I was arguing with the instructor about shit.
Really?
Yeah. Because he's like, oh, unless you feel comfortable, don't, roll around with one in the chamber. I'm like, in a high stress situation, that will get you killed.
Right.
And that's the reason you don't want to have the safety engages. Do you have the muscle memory?
I wanted to know what was the safety and what wasn't, right? So that I could, and now I know.
But in a high stress situation, are you going to have the muscle memory to disengage that safety?
But that's what the practice is for. And that's why there's actually they have ladies' night at one of the ranges that I go to that actually has like ladies' night. We can go
well, and this is why I recommend Glocks to people, because it's just like
a Glock?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun. So there's another gun show in Texas. Ooh, excuse me. I don't know where that came from.
It feels like I gotta cover the sits up a little bit.
Well,
burp, cover the sits.
Excuse me, I'm a lady.
Well, part of the reason I recommend Glocks is because
it's not the number one like law enforcement weapon.
Well, law enforcement uses them. It's simple. The safety's on the trigger.
So you just click it and tick it?
Well, no. So as you discharge the trigger, there's a little tab.
Okay.
Prevents the trigger from being discharged unless you have pressed in that safety that's built into the trigger.
Okay. Versus having it on the
having a thumb slide trigger is well and good for range firing.
That's good to know. Also, I do like the ARs.
Well, that's a whole different system.
Those are fun.
I had to get rid of my AR when I moved to California.
Why?
Because I would have had to heavily modify it for it to be legal here.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
Did you give it to somebody?
I sold it.
Well, good for you.
It financed a trip to South Africa for me, so.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, they're so fun. And like the shotguns. Can you have a shotgun here?
Yeah, no, I have a Mossberg 500.
Nice. Those are fucking loud.
When we get off air, I will go get my shotgun for you.
One more drink?
It'll be unloaded. It's fine. I will trust you with the unloaded shotgun.
I can do an unload. I like to know how to put like the bullets in there.
No, I'm not giving you any rounds to put it.
Give me any rounds, but I like to know where it is, and I like to know how to open it and how to shut it.
I actually have to make sure the tube's empty before I hand it to you.
I know how to check the chamber.
Yeah, I'm still not going to hand you a loaded fucking shotgun.
Probably not. That'd probably be a good idea. I would not recommend that.
I'm not going to. That's like
when a guy comes to a date with like a full dick without having come beforehand. It's like handed Justine Like a
No.
gun with like a loaded chamber. Like, first of all, you want to discharge that before you come to the date, so that way you're not desperate.
Well,
Are we coming full circle here with the analogies?
a little bit, but there's a big difference there. Like, if I came with
like, bitch, really, this is like fucking.
if I came with a full dick, the worst that happens is disappointment. If I
I'm
hand
not
you,
gonna kill anybody. I'm not gonna. First of all,
Not
I don't
intentionally.
I don't come to places with guns. I just have them.
no, I'm going to hand you one. I'm going to hand you the weapon of my own
His
demise.
choice. I never asked for the gun.
Okay,
I
I won't.
I asked for another alcohol beverage.
Would you like a refill?
I think I could do 2.5. Yes, that's a yes.
All right, we're going to stop. Pause again for another refill. You ready to keep going?
Let's do it. From happy endings to
me not dying by my own weapons.
I said I only use my powers for good.
Well, there are definitely some people in this world who would be like, taking Matt out would be a fucking, good thing.
The thing is that I realize that people, you don't get triggered by people. People just reveal what's inside of you. So if you're going around triggering a bunch of people, then they need to take a look at themselves and figure out what's inside of them.
I am definitely the villain in some people's story.
Really?
Yeah.
What about you makes you a villain? Because from what I've seen, you're only like empathetic to people. Well, maybe that's why, because you're empathetic to female.
Well, okay. Being in a romantic relationship with me is not necessarily the same thing as dealing with me as a.
Yeah, no, that's the whole thing.
That's the whole thing. There's definitely some exes who are like, fuck that dude. There are also some people who are like,
well, the thing about your exes is that they picked you. So if they're like, that dude, then
no, they made a poor choice. So did I.
I'm the queen of choices and good ones, right?
For sure. But also, there are some other people that like I've had conflict with because we just didn't align on things.
Yeah.
I don't know if I should be talking about this on the internet, but here we are.
I've talked about some things.
I got third hand from a friend of mine that another performer was shit talking me on set, just out of the fucking blue.
That guy, Matt Slayer.
No, seriously, for sure, for real.
For what? Did you actually have this girl on her podcast?
Oh yeah, no, she's been on, and the point of contention was, at one point she was just like down in the dumps, and she's just like, no one wants to date me, and I shot my shot. I'm like, yo, I'll happily take you out. Like, you're awesome. I'll happily take you out. We had plans. And then she fucking ghosted. And I made no fucking big deal about it. Like, literally, because when she apparently was telling these fucking directors who don't directly know me, like, I've heard about this from fucking third parties. Like, shit got back to me.
Which means that people know you well enough to tell you things.
Yeah. When it got back to me, it was like, Matt inappropriately drunk out people. I'm like, I literally had to go back through text like, did I inappropriately drunk out this girl? And I look at the text like...
Also, when other people are like doing that stuff, it's attention-seeking behavior. And when they get attention and they feel some type of way about it...
Well, for sure. And
it's attention-seeking behavior. So what were they expecting? And then in order to demonize somebody else, then you are not in alignment to what your own decisions are and what that does. Because I realized that, like, hey, if I'm in a situation where somebody is like acting towards me, like, what did I do to elicit this behavior? And sometimes it's nothing. Sometimes, like you said, people just like, they want to fuck me and they don't even try to like get to know my name.
In this situation, it was just like, okay, I don't know what the fuck happened here. Like, we were cool at one point. Shit got awkward when I was like, hey, I'll happily take you out.
Yeah, but at the same time, okay, you did that, but then like she can be like, cool, thanks, I appreciate it, but no, thank you.
No, we had plans, and then she ghosted. And then when she ghosted,
then she felt weird about it. She felt some type of way.
Whatever it was, like if she didn't feel the need to like say no in the moment.
So Matt, like I was saying,
well, no, let me finish. So
what did she do?
So I look back at the text and I'm like, did I drunk dial this girl? Because I had to like, I've been known to drunk dial some girls that like, I actually have connections with.
And she'd been on your podcast.
Yeah.
Multiple times.
Not multiple times.
Just once. Okay.
At least once. I'm not trying to immediately call out who this is, but she had done the show.
We're gonna go back and we're gonna research.
And I look at the text message. I'm like, okay, the last two texts are, we left a bar and I said, hey, did you get home okay? No response. And then we had plans to go out to dinner on Tuesday. And I'm like, hey, what time are you thinking tonight? No response. And then I never texted again.
Demon.
And then fast forward a couple months later, her episode came out. And I still put out our episode like, it's, this is business. So
yeah, she messaged her and let her know.
I didn't even message her. I just put out the episode. And like, there was a couple DMs back and forth about like.
So she did respond.
Clips. And
she did respond.
Yeah. Kept in mind.
She didn't act weird.
Didn't act weird.
And then she acts weird.
Yeah.
That's so inconsistent.
Well, and I decided to unfollow her over it. I'm just like, if you're gonna shit talk me to random people, like
unfollow me.
Yeah, like,
are you still following me?
I am.
On multiple accounts, because I'm not an asshole.
But it was just like, you're gonna shit talk me to people who, one person who knows me in passing and the other person who doesn't even know me. It's just like, what the fuck is going on here?
When people talk to you about you, even if it's about you, it's not about you.
No, what?
And if it is about you, it's in relation to themselves.
Oh no, for sure. It's just it's attention speaking, but it's also like, well, I'm not going to justify that shit by like giving you any more attention.
No, absolutely not. And that's the thing about drawing the line and about setting boundaries, is that sometimes you have to set boundaries even when it's disadvantageous to you, like for like costing you content or whatever. But like, you have to draw a line and say like, it's okay. It's not okay to treat me like this, even if you don't mean anything by it, even if it's not about me.
Justine, I hate to break it to the world. I'm not hurting for content.
You like, the thing is that you don't come across as a desperate in any type, way, shape, or form, which is why you get people that come on here and are able to be themselves.
Well, yeah, I'm not. This show has existed for almost a decade.
But you attract, and then that's the thing about the difference between you and sensational type content, right? Is that like, you are consistent. And the difference between consistent content and the content that people, I'm not going to name names, but maybe they've been out for a short period of time and they have super viral stuff, but they're constantly chasing this dragon.
But it's also manufactured.
And you're also constantly chasing this, you're just constantly chasing the dragon. You're constantly chasing the next high and what's higher and what's higher. But and that shit's not sustainable.
It's inauthentic.
Yeah. And I hate it.
Well, I hate it too. Like,
and I can't be inauthentic. And like, honestly, the people that are trying to pull that out of me just get not anything from me, because I just can't do it.
Anyone that hear on this show, I want them to hear like authentic voices, authentic what you have to say. The whole point of this shit is for the audience to get a feel of who you are away from set, away from as a real fucking person. Right. I'm not here to just generate clickbait.
And that's the thing, is that like some of the things I've seen, which is like and this is with the slut revolution, right? That I respect so much. Like, yes, you should be able to have sex with as many people as you want to have sex with and not be judged for it. But at the same side of the coin, I should be able to have sex with 0 or 1 person or 2 people in my life, and that be okay. And I should be able to have not sex with people.
So I'll disagree with you there.
Just as much.
I'll disagree with you there.
Well, the thing is that
you should have sex with more people because it's fun.
Oh, I agree. But the thing is, if I choose to not have sex with people, I shouldn't be demonized.
No, not demonized. But
that's the thing, is that I have had sex with plenty of fucking amounts, way more than 7 or 14 or whatever. But
it's been documented you've had sex with more than 14 people.
Yeah, but at the same time, like before I came into the industry, I'd had at least sex with 30, 40 people. And the thing about that is like if I don't want to have sex with people because I feel like preserving my own energy and my own sacred space, and if the people that I'm having sex with or that are thinking about having sex with don't appreciate me and don't appreciate my beautiful flower of a fucking vagina that's fucking amazing, then I shouldn't be expected to have sex with these people because revolution, woo.
No, you shouldn't be expected to, but the only criticism I would have to that is, why are you not?
Because they don't appreciate me the way I feel that I want to be appreciated and seen. If they don't see me, then why am I going to reward them with my beautiful vagina? But if they're fucking amazing people and they I fucking like Alex Legend, or I got call fucking Ryan Driller. I'm like, hey, do you want to have sex? Cause let's do a collab or whatever. Or I want to fuck Jay Romero or people that are fucking in the industry. And I want to be able to have these connections that are that don't assign meaning. but we want to make a collab, we want to make some art. That's the beautiful place. But if I'm with people that are like, oh, I want to fuck you, but I'm not willing to take you on a date or ask you questions about your life, and I ask you what's the difference between me and a porn star, I'm not fucking those dudes.
What is the ideal Justine Jakobs date?
Nature, taking me out and doing something. First of all, you got to feed me, because
Feed you and leave you in the woods? All right, that's easy.
feed me and then take me somewhere where we get to actually talk and open up about stuff that's about our actual experiences in life, and I get to see who you are as a person and not what you think that you need to be or what you do in life. I don't care. I don't care what you do. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care what car you fucking drive. I care like what matters to you and
As long as you're not pasty and white.
and haven't lifted more than a carton of cigarettes in the past 6 months.
Legitimately, I was carrying 3 cases of water, and she's like, "Do you need help with that?"
Because it looked like, because I'm just, it was more like the logistics of how you were carrying it, and you look like you needed maybe to stack it a little more like Jenga or like Legos.
Nice save. Nice save. I believe you.
It wasn't a strength thing. It was more of a logistical, like Lego.
I got it done.
You didn't drop any.
No, I
Didn't
didn't.
drop any. But
I got my LaCroix back to the house.
LaCroix.
LaCroix, pickies out, bitches.
LaCroix.
Pickies out, bitches.
Yeah. But I think, overall, when like people are trying to like have sex with other people, they're just overthinking it. And the thing is you got to stop overthinking. And
Well, yeah, it's really easy. Like animals do it without thinking all the time.
But the easiest part is to let it go and not assign meaning. Whenever I would give like girls lap dances at the strip club, then I was like, I'm not a lesbian. And I'm like,
Don't matter in this moment.
don't assign meaning. And then they're like, oh, I'm doing this. This is for him. This is for my boyfriend. I'm like, no, sweetie, if you enjoy this, he will benefit. And then that
Well,
way it would. Then
at the end of the
I
day,
physically feel them relaxing and letting go. And that was the most rewarding part.
they don't need to justify. Like, motherfuckers, you don't have to justify
Don't
shit.
assign meaning. You don't need to assign meaning. Things don't have to mean something. They can just be.
Everything's meaningless. Everything.
I wouldn't say everything's meaningless. I would say don't assign meaning when something is just happening and it's your present. Be here now, because the meaning is beautiful. Because to me, like a connection is meaningful.
So on a personal level, everything has meaning.
And just I'm talking about from the atheist to like the God-fearing fucking Catholic motherfucker to the atheist. I'm like, everything has meaning. He says nothing has meaning.
I'm also a bit of a nihilist. So personally,
I think that we see the same thing.
Personally, things have meaning, but in 100 years, none of it will have meaning. None of it. The only reason anyone will have ever heard our voices is these recordings.
So that's the thing, is that nothing has meaning, and so everything has meaning. So to me, everything I do has meaning in the sense that it's beautiful and it's amazing, and I can take it with me, and I can like live this world in the way that I want to live it. And to me, nothing has meaning in the sense that nothing is bad enough where you need to take it with you or carry it with you and harbor resentment or harbor animosity or stress.
No, it doesn't.
But it's the same
Even
thing.
the people that have done me wrong, they don't have real estate in my brain anymore.
Because they don't deserve it.
They don't. Because it doesn't fucking matter.
Then you're giving them agency over yourself. And
a great example was a friend of mine passed back in September.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's part of life. It's part of getting older.
Mm-hmm.
It sucks. He's 45. It sucks. A mutual that I had cut off a long time ago reached out because of it, and he apologized for a lot of his shitty behavior. I'm like, hey man, I accept your apology. I still don't want to be your friend.
Yeah.
Like, I have no animosity to you, but I'm also not willing to extend myself.
Right.
And put myself in a situation where you can go be a shit person again.
Right. Right. Well, and I think that's about also intelligence and self-awareness, is understanding. Like for me, I am such a private person. I have my own, where I live in the middle of nowhere and I can see the stars and I can see where Jupiter is and I can see where this is where Gemini is. And this is, I can have the most quiet space, but I realize sometimes other people try to come and take my space and energy because of the way it makes them feel. I have guys that are like, oh, I like the way you make me feel. I'm like, but what about what you give to me?
Well, they like the concept of you.
What about they like the idea of me?
Yeah, they like the idea of you. They don't
Yes.
actually like you.
My ex-boyfriend was the same way, where he loved the idea of me, but he didn't love me because he really couldn't ever understand that he loved the idea of a free spirit. But to be with a free spirit himself is terrifying because you have to trust yourself. You have to trust that you.
Well, you have to have a level of confidence.
You have to know that you're good enough that this person's not going to leave you, even though they go fuck other bunch.
Well, and guess what? Even if they do, that's on them.
Yeah, and it's not because of anything you did. It's because whatever meant to happen has happened. But you have to have confidence, and that's what
confidence is key in all of it.
It's so fucking unattractive to have somebody who is. Well, I guess the porn guys, you're trying to make me jealous because this guy's dick's bigger than mine. As if the size of the dick matters. Guys, it doesn't matter.
Well, and it's unattractive for dudes too. Look, I've told the story on there before. I literally hooked up with a girl who was a makeup artist in the industry. And as I'm inside her, she's like, "You're thinking about those porn chicks, aren't you?"
What?
And it was so hard to keep my fucking...
Shrivel it up. Just shrivel it up.
After I came, I was just like, yeah, this is the last time. Like, that was...
So how'd I do? Like, really? Like, this dude asked, how... I'm telling you, we had sex, and it was already anticlimactic. I was already like, I don't know, this really wasn't...
Well, and like, I understand...
And then asking me, so how'd I do?
Well...
And then I'm like, wait, what the fuck do you mean? He's like, like if I were like a porn dude, how...
See, asking the question like, hey, how can I make you come harder?
How did you do? Like, I guess you were enthusiastic, but...
Justine, like, the phrasing is what's important. Like, if the question was, how do I make you come harder? Like, what can I do to,
No, he wanted to know how he lined up compared to a...
Yeah, that's bullshit.
Porn guy.
See, that's some low fucking energy shit.
And it also has to make me feel as somebody who just had sex with you, and all you're thinking about is, like, other dudes.
Yeah.
That's kind of, like, gay, dude.
Well, what's wrong with being gay?
Okay, first of all, these guys, these fucking pasty dudes in Austin, I'm telling you, they were like, these dudes were like comparing, they kept pretending that they were gay. And this one guy, this one comedian, I thought he was gay. I'm not going to fucking name him because he doesn't deserve to be named. But because he kept saying he was gay. And then I ended up going to see him in this show in Dallas. And then we went home to my hotel room because he asked to stay in my hotel room. I was like, sure, you can stay in the other queen's bed because you're gay. Right. And then he's like, let's cuddle. And then he takes my hand and goes and touches his dick with it without consent. And I was like, I kept telling you, I don't want to have sex. I thought you were gay. I don't want to fuck you. But all he wanted was like, but he really wasn't gay. And I'm so confused about why he kept pretending that he was gay the whole time.
No, maybe he was gay and you turned him straight, Justine.
No.
That's how much people want to fuck you, Justine. Get over it.
He has a girlfriend now.
Look at that.
And
you are conversion therapy as a person.
So are you going to be gay now because I showed you my tits? But
absolutely not. I very much enjoy vaginas. I'm sorry, Justine. I'm sorry if that disappoints you.
No, and there's these dudes.
I'm still not gonna fuck you, but I'm very much straight.
I can help you out with that. But let me tell you, these fuckers are like trying to like talk. They're like, oh, like, but I'm gay. And I'm like, oh, I thought you were gay. So then I hang out with them and they try to fuck me, and I'm so confused because and they pretend that they're gay, but they're really not. But then they hang out with each other.
Have you ever heard the Bloodhound Gang song? I wish I was queer. Sorry,
me, baby.
No.
Nothing but man.
That's the bad touch. No. They have an older song called "I Wish I Was Queer so I could get chicks."
Oh, you know what? But they keep saying it, and it's so fucked up because I know that they enjoy each other's company more than they enjoy my company because they hang out with each other, and they're like, "Hey, yeah, I'm like." So you guys really do enjoy like fingering each other's dick buttholes, and they're like, "No, but we're gonna do a threesome with you, and we're gonna fuck you." I'm like, "Yeah, but who's gonna be?" Because no one's gonna put their dick in my vagina because you guys are obviously so horny for each other. But I really just think that they're secretly so enamored with each other, especially these bro podcasts. It's so fucking disgusting that they just have their thumb up each other's asses and they get off on each other so bad, but they literally have no concept whatsoever of what it's like to please a vagina.
It's a hard knock life.
I mean, what is the difference between me and a porn guy? Where should I start? Where shall I begin? Do you have a pen and paper? Because like, how much time do you have?
Hey, guess what? Don't care.
Exactly. Don't care. But don't ask me. Don't ask
Why would you ever ask?
I could literally go all night with the differences, and it has nothing to do with the size of their dicks. It has everything to do with how they fucking treat me and how they show up on set.
I mean, it's just a low fucking T move. Like, who cares?
Especially like if I like send these dudes like a titty picture, they're like, "Oh yeah," but then if I send them a picture and I've like got some dick inside me, they're like, "You're trying to make me jealous." And I'm like, no, because I've been sending you titty pictures of me with dicks. Like, obviously, I'm trying to make you horny for me.
Well, so my thoughts on nudes have always been the intent is more important than the actual nude.
So if it has a dick in it, then you're not going to be like, "Oh, you're trying to make me jealous."
Well, it's
you're just going to think this girl wants to make me horny.
Well, it's also like, do you want to send me the nude?
And this could be you.
It could be me.
Not like, hey, this is better than you.
Definitely that. But it's also just like, I was looking at one of the performers, like, it was hotter when she was just like, I want to send you a nude versus me asking. I don't want to ask for it. Like,
right. No, but the thing is I would send these guys nudes, but then I'd send them a nude with another dude because I'd be like, look how hot this boy-girl scene is. And they'd be like, you're trying to make me jealous. I'm like, no, I'm trying to fuck you with me. Why do you think I'm trying to make you jealous about somebody showing you another dude's dick? Just because I have another guy in the picture doesn't mean I'm trying to compare you to.
I'm thinking of you, motherfucker.
Exactly. That's what these guys don't fucking understand.
Well, but it's also like
your dick, and I'm obviously fucking somebody else, but I'm thinking about your dick. So that means you're special. So shut the fuck up.
Well, and that's the important.
Like I'm special.
That's the important part. The special, like, if you send me a nude that like also went out to Twitter, that's not so cool.
Unless I send you the nude first. And that's the thing.
I mean, how much time? How much time is
No, I'm telling you, most of the time it's I'll send it, like I would send a guy a nude, and then a couple hours later, I'd be like, well, I have this nude, so I'd post it on Twitter. But I sent it to him first.
Yeah, that's important. Like if,
I sent it to him, I made it for him, and then I just happened to post it on Twitter.
Yeah, that's part of the game.
But I'm like, I sent it to you because I want you to be attracted by me. But then these guys are like, I guess you're trying to make me jealous. And then they
stop fucking those people.
They don't.
Stop fucking those people.
I haven't fucked any of those people.
Good.
Because they didn't. I didn't fuck them. Because
good.
I didn't get there.
Good.
Stop talking to those people.
Good.
But I'm trying to find better people. Show me where they are.
Here in LA.
All right. My number is 1-800-555-2727. You know the 555 thing?
Yeah.
With the movies?
We're old, yes.
Well, for younger people who don't know it, it's a fake number.
For sure.
Because the people would actually dial them. Justine Jakobs with a K.
Just saying, I hate to do it. We actually got to call us calls.
Justine Jakobs with a K. I'm drunk enough.
Well, good. Glad you got there.
I can help you with that.
Throw my line back at me.
You got a pretty mouth, boy. Don't get Justine drunk. Don't get Justine.
Too late. Too late. Before we get you out of here, we're going to call last call. Tell them where they can find you on the things.
So I'm on OnlyFans, obviously, Justine Jakobs. And I'm also Justine Fitness and Justine Premium because I've got 3 pages now. Who knows? And then I'm on Twitter, Justine Jakobs. And then I'm on Instagram, Justine.fun. But I've got a couple of other sites too, like Next Door Justine and Justine Fitness. I'm doing a bunch of other stuff. And I'm going to be on OnlyFans TV. So that'll be really fun.
Ooh la la, OnlyFans TV.
I know. I have to have safer work stuff. So it's like going to be about fitness and like eating healthy and traveling savvy.
Hell yeah.
Because guys are really having a boner for that. But hey, fitness. Let's do some yoga, guys. Breathe deeply. I think we should have cut Justine off before.
Well, we're in the middle of cutting Justine off. Justine, it's always a pleasure. We will do this again at some point.
Woo! That maybe not another near-death experience, but definitely.
Yeah, don't die. I like you. I like you as people. Don't die.
I appreciate that. We'll try to stay alive.
Please do.
Stay alive.
Which is actually, the beats per minute for fucking
Stay
doing.
alive. Stay alive. Made each other mother and dated life.
So staying alive is actually the beats per minute for actually doing fucking CPR.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, when they teach CPR, they teach you to stay alive.
I know. Maybe that's where I've got it from. Maybe your brother, maybe your mother.
But I feel like Justine and I are going to go find a pastrami. Until next week, drink up, motherfuckers.
Eat. Yes. Cheers, motherfuckers. Les bon temps roulé.